This news brought to you by our sponsor, Cracked Actors Theatre.
Radio 97.7 FM News.
Hello, I'm Kim Cartwright. Dozens of Australians have been barred from boarding a repatriation flight in India after testing positive to coronavirus. More than 40 people have contracted the virus, so they and their close contacts cannot fly. It means the aircraft, which has left New Delhi bound for Darwin, is at half capacity. UNSW Professor of Epidemiology and World Health Organisation advisor Mary Louise McLaws says the Commonwealth should bring all Australians home whether they have the virus or not.
We cannot leave Australians and residents in India because their health system's overrun, and it's a great concern that our residents and citizens may die.
Australian expats living in Israel are worried their avenues out of the country are closing, with no end in sight to the violence with Palestinians. Israel announced an air and ground attack on Gaza, but denies invading the region. Arsenia Ostrovsky, who's originally from Sydney.
It's very tense. The bombardment has been relentless. We've had something like, I think, 2,000 rockets now fired by Hamas in Gaza in the past 3 days on average. That's probably about a rocket every 2 minutes. About two-thirds of the country here, about 6 million people are in rocket range.
At least a dozen worshippers are dead after a bombing at a mosque in the Afghan capital. The blast in Kabul comes on the second day of a 3-day ceasefire between the Taliban and the army, marking the Eid festival at the end of Ramadan. The Taliban has denied involvement. It is not known who's behind the attack. WA authorities have responded to a distress signal from an Indonesian fishing boat 1,200 kilometres off the coast of Perth. Amwin Burrows reports.
A search and rescue jet was deployed to locate the boat, which is believed to be taking on water and partially submerged. The jet managed to drop 2 life rafts near the ship yesterday, but further help in the form of Australian warship HMAS Anzac will not reach the crew until this afternoon. Authorities are still trying to determine why the boat was so far south of Indonesian waters, but so far there is no evidence to suggest it is a people smuggling operation. Amwin Burrows, Perth.
A collision in Western Queensland has left 1 adult dead, a child in a serious condition and 16 kids injured. Shannon Morris with more.
Emergency services rushed to the Warrego Highway at Wallumbilla near Roma in Western Queensland yesterday afternoon after reports of a serious road collision involving a school bus and a car. 1 child left the scene in a serious condition with multiple fractures, while another 16 sustained minor lacerations, abrasions and fractures. They were taken to Roma Hospital. 2 adults in the car left in a critical condition, while the bus driver sustained minor injuries. Shannon Morris, E! News.
A Russian actress and director will head to the International Space Station in a matter of months to make a feature film. The crew will blast off on October 5th and are likely to bump into Hollywood star Tom Cruise, who's also set to shoot a movie in space. This is Air News.
Casey Radio 97.7 FM Sport.
Manly has jumped into the top 8 for now, and the Wests Tigers ended a run of losses on the opening night of the NRL Magic Round. Terry Daniel reports.
Manly made a mockery of Brisbane's depleted defence, claiming the team's biggest ever win over the Broncos with a 50-6 flogging. It was the 4th time they've conceded 50 points in the past 2 years, while they remain second last on the ladder, only above Canterbury. Broncos coach Kevin Walters telling Fox it was their worst performance ever.
It is frustrating, but that's part of coaching, It's just got to keep going. We've got to work a lot harder to get it right. We're not there. We're a mile away tonight, but I thought, the last month we've been much improved, but tonight it's not good at all.
In the opening game, the West Tigers notched up a 36-18 win over the Newcastle Knights. Terry Daniel, Air Sport.
Essendon has hinted that Claremont product Matt Guelphy will replace the injured Jake Stringer for Sunday's clash with Fremantle. Coach Ben Rutten says he liked what he saw from Guelphy when he came on as a sub last week.
He's played predominantly down back for us when he's played AFL for us, so he played a bit more forward and wing, so I like what he did there as well. So a real strength of Guelph is his flexibility, so he can play in multiple positions, and that's why he came on and had a real impact in the game, I thought.
Last night, Geelong with the win over St Kilda, 10-8-68 to 5-17-47. Ash Barty has pulled out of the tennis in Rome in the quarterfinals with an arm injury and wins to the Hurricanes and Highlanders in Super Rugby. Australian Independent Radio News.
Covering the outer southeastern suburbs of Melbourne, you're listening to Casey Radio 97.7 FM.
You're listening listening to People Powered Radio, proudly supported by the Community Broadcasting Foundation. cbf.com.au.
Have you recently been overseas or in contact with someone with coronavirus? You need to stay home and monitor your health. If you develop flu-like symptoms, fever or cough, seek medical advice and call ahead if going to a doctor. If your illness is mild, rest and stay at home. Practice good hygiene and stay away from those who are prone to viruses, including older people. Together, we can help stop the spread and stay healthy. Visit health.gov.au to learn more. Authorised by the Australian Government, Canberra.
The Hampton Park Senior Citizens Club is open to men and women over the age of 55. Activities occur 6 days of the week and include Tai Chi, indoor carpet bowls, line dancing, bingo and exercises, plus entertainment and various trips. So why not join up and socialise with people of your own age? Phone 9799 2588 and make an appointment to view the club and share a cuppa with them. That number again, 9799 2588. The Hampton Park Senior Citizens Club.
KCU3A offers activities in art, arthritis exercises, bike riding, book clubs, bushwalking and computer forums, conversations in English and so much more. Perhaps a get-together and a chat over a coffee with friends or enjoy a film. To find out more, go online to kcu3anet.org.au. Keeping the community active.
Hi, I'm Lane Beachley. Did you know Australians have recycled over 30 million printer cartridges through Cartridges for Planet Art? That adds up to 13,000 tonnes of valuable resources that people like you have saved from landfill. Help us keep up the good work. Drop your used original cartridges into the special boxes at participating retail outlets. Or get a box for your workplace. Find out more at cartridges.planetarc.org.
KC Radio 97.7 FM, the better alternative.
don't say a word. And never mind that noise you heard. It's just the beasts under your bed, in your closet, in your head. Exit light into night. Green of sand. Exit light into night. Take my hand. Off to never, never land.
If you hate me after all I say, can't put it off any longer. Just gotta tell her anyway. You're the one girl in town I'd marry. Girl, I'd marry you now if I were free. I wish it could be. I could love you, but why begin it? 'Cause there ain't any future in it. She's got me, but I'm not free, so bye, bye, baby, baby, wish I never had known you better. Wish I knew you before I met her. Gee, how good it would be for me. Should have told her that I can't linger. There's a wedding ring on my finger. She's got me, but I'm not free, so bye, bye, baby,
The rain falls hard on a humdrum town. This town has dragged you down. Oh, the rain falls hard on a humdrum town. This town has dragged you down. And everybody's got to live their life. And God knows I've got to live mine. God knows I've got to live mine.
Station sponsor Amstel Club Cranbourne, open 7 days a week for lunch and dinner with great live entertainment and function room available. To see what's on, visit the website www.amstel.org.au. Amstel Club Cranbourne, the perfect destination for your next occasion.
For a limited time only, Mackenzie Aged Care is providing 1 week of respite care absolutely free when you book for 2 weeks at our beautiful Lynbrook Park home in Lynbrook. Respite care at Lynbrook Park ticks all the boxes. 24/7 quality care, professionally prepared meals, peace of mind, and time to rest, rejuvenate and recharge. Visit mackenzieacg.com to book your respite care today. Station sponsor. When it comes to top quality meats and value for money, it's Kelly's Meats Tooradin. With their large selection of meats, they're sure to have what you need. Kelly's strive for perfection and 110% customer satisfaction. Kelly's Meats are Victoria's home of low and slow American-style barbecue. Kelly's Meats Tooradin offer delivery to Melbourne Metro and the South East. Check out Kelly's Meats online or call 5998 3375. Kelly's Meats, South Gippsland Highway, Tooradin. Station sponsor.
Tune in to Casey Beat with David Totten, Saturday nights from 8 p.m, with local music, news and interviews on 97.7, The Sound of the South East.
97.7 FM, the sound of the South East. Hands up if you're looking to grow your business and drive customers to your door. Civic Outdoor is a Victorian-owned and operated billboard company that provides an affordable advertising medium to local businesses to do just that. From Dandenong to Cranbourne to Helen, Civic Outdoor communicates with your community where it matters, where they work, shop, travel and play. Visit civicoutdoor.com.au and let's get you on the road to success. Station sponsor.
If you're in the market for a new or used vehicle, visit our sponsor, Barry Burke Motors. Their friendly, professional staff are ready to provide you with all the help you need. From the moment you drive into one of our dealerships to the moment you drive away in your new vehicle. Barry Burke Motors, 755 Princess Highway, Berwick. Visit barryburke.com.au for dealership locations. Barry Burke Motors, LMCT 7522.
It makes economic sense to outsource human resource management to Performance Advantage. Specialists with experience, tools and techniques that meet the needs of small business and community organisations. Performance Advantage reduces the stress, risks, time and waste in managing your staff and systems. They've been around since 2000. Want to know more? Call Suzanne on 0408 897 079. Station sponsor.
Hello to all the bodacious blues bonkers and bonkettes. Do you need your blues sizzling hot and delinquently cool? Well, join me, Biggie Rat, aka the Black Rat of the Blues, on Tuesdays from 11 a.m. for Cool Bubonic Blues.
Playing a better mix of old and new. Casey Radio, 3SER, 97.7 FM.
There you go, Brendan and John T. Rhodes. We're finally on air for what's going to be a big day here for KC Radio. We've got a big double header. We haven't done a double header all year, and first trip back out to Casey Fields, we're on for a double header.
It is fantastic, isn't it? First time at Casey Fields for the season. Of course, no football last year, so it's been a long time since I've made the journey out to Cranbourne, and things have completely changed. There's a fantastic big new facility down here for the AFLW at Casey Fields. It looks terrific. We've got the women for the first time this year. We've got the Casey Demons for the first time this year, and I can't wait for all of it.
Oh, well, and I'll tell you what, the ground is spectacular. I don't want to harp on the past, but the last time that Casey Radio was actually out here was the last game that they played here, which was Geelong Casey v Geelong when the ground was boggy. That was the last game, and then all the games were moved for here. There was their knee injury and an ankle injury.
Yes.
And that was the last time. But they've resurfaced the ground. They've done the drainage. And I'll tell you what, folks, it looks sensational.
It's absolutely fantastic. I was actually in England listening to that game.
Well, that was
back then. So it's been 2 years since I've been out here. I missed that the last 2 or 3 games out here when, unfortunately, things pretty much fell apart. But it's back to the way I remember it, apart from this
new building,
this big new building, which I didn't even notice until I came into the commentary box here and had a look out and thought, hang on, that wasn't there last time.
And I'll tell you what, as I said, in another 20, 25 years, hopefully they just keep extending to that building and it goes all the way round.
And that's what we want.
That's what we want.
And eventually you might end up seeing, well, we already have AFLW games being played out here, but you might be able to see them being played in front of big crowds.
Yes, and it will be a nice day. That look, the forecast is 14 and showers, but if you are in a local area or you're Frankston or half an hour, 40-minute drive, why don't you pop on down, because you're going to see a great day of football, and there is undercover areas as well down here. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it should be terrific. The Demons in the VFLW flying.
Yeah,
they had I suppose 2019 they were still developing. They had the year off. They've come back this year terrific. They're sitting 4th on the ladder, 7 wins, 3 losses in the top 6 format. A percentage of 187, which is the 3rd best in the competition. It's a new look, Casey Demons. It's a team that is really good to watch. And of course, Bill, they're playing against Carlton, who it's the last roll of the dice for them today.
Yeah, pretty much.
3 and 7. They're sitting in 10th spot on the ladder in the 12-team competition. Their percentage is very ordinary. So effectively, they're 2 games in percentage behind the Southern Saints, who are in 6th spot.
Yep.
And they really need to win. They need to win comfortably just to stay in contention. And who's saying that they can't? Because women's football can go either way.
Yes.
We've had... the squads have changed in the past week with the AFLW competition finishing.
Yeah.
Players have come in, players have dropped out.
Yeah.
So we might see a completely new look Blues team today who could really take it up to the Demons.
And look, the sun's out now. We had an early shower there, Jonty, where it dumped quite a bit of rain while the girls were out having a bit of a run and a kick earlier. The sun's out now, and look, behind us the weather is coming up the bay, so it is coming sort of Somerville, Hastings, and then sort of through. But look, it's clearing pretty quick. The clouds are moving fairly fast, so I think if we get showers today during the game, I think they're only going to be light, and they're going to be very quick because those clouds are moving. And as you can see, always a good indicator here at Casey Fields is the trees on the outer, and they are bending.
They are starting to bend a bit, aren't they? Which means it's going to be very tough going for these girls as the old white navy blues make their way out onto the ground.
Yes. So I'm looking forward to it. No, I'm flying footballs everywhere already.
Yeah,
you love that.
And for those who do have a chance to look at the selected teams, Carlton is going in with their 21 as selected. A couple of number changes if you're listening here at the ground. Lucy McAvoy moves from number 26 to number 16. And Mauve Chaplin on debut from Darebin and the Northern Knights, 18 years old, 167 centimetres. She moves from number 31 to number 13. For the Casey Demons, there is one late change. Emma Humphreys, unfortunately, has been forced out of the team with a bit of a stomachache, a bit of gastro, which
not good.
Not nice at any stage. So we wish her well if she's listening at home. And she's been replaced in the team by Caitlin Conroy, wearing number 58. And they have a debutante as well off the Melbourne list, Eliza McNamara, 19 years old, 166 centimetres, in number 43. So keep an eye out for her.
Will do indeed, Jonty. Well, the Carlton girls are out, and I can't see anyone from Casey there. They must be having a cup of tea or something like that, and you know,
last rev up from Peter McCoolio.
Yes, look, it is interesting. You know, the thing with women's football, it's early.
Very early. And they are out now. So right as we speak.
Yeah, so they always have it early. But next week, Casey playing Footscray, and I'm in negotiations. I've spoken to the league, and hopefully we can get that game, and we'll do the women's after it as well. So we're sort of hoping to have a double next week.
2 weeks time.
2 weeks.
Yes.
2 weeks time. So the new fixtures come out, and we saw that game at Footscray, and we thought, oh, that could be a bit of all right that day. So I've just got to negotiate with the Dogs to see where we can get the van or.
Find a way in. Find a way in there, because we love going to Whitten Oval. It's an amazing facility. I was there last week. It's in brilliant condition, Whitten Oval, and
all the grounds are.
Yeah.
Williamstown, Willie's.
How good was that?
The Willies, they've had the big upgrade. They had the same people do the drainage there that did Port and the rebuild of the surface. It is like a bowling green, and it doesn't rip up.
No, not at all. Not a sign of it in the slightest. It's just a shame that at the moment we're still playing under COVID protocols, and that's why this game is taking place so early.
Yeah.
Which makes it a little bit tougher for the spectators who want to come down and watch 2 games.
Yeah.
That there's an hour and a half gap between the final siren of the women and the start of the men, when there should be only really half an hour, 20 minutes.
20 minute, half hour, yeah. And that's what we used to have, which was great, because we'd do the men's, and then 20 minutes later there'd be a bit of a break. You go grab something to eat, and then the women's
away you go,
and you're back in for the afternoon of football. But no, look, we've all got to follow the protocols, and the players are coming in for the toss of the coin.
And the grounds that do have 4 sets of change rooms can do it.
Yeah. Oh, well, they've only got 3.
They've only got 3 here, unfortunately. So the Geelong team will be in the rooms underneath us. Casey will probably go into the same room, so that's why they've got to have the overlap. The toss of the coin, Bill?
And it looks like, well, no one really pointed each.
We'll say it's the Casey captain, Samantha Johnson.
Well, you think it would be, because she's doing a bit of a strut there as she's going.
Pretty happy with that. I believe she pointed down to the Casey Fields.
I was going to say the COVID testing in.
I did see the COVID testing when I came in.
So the athletics track end.
The athletics track end.
And the Berwick Road.
Berwick Road and Berwick Cranbourne Road end will be Carlton's end in the first quarter.
It's funny that, because you start going to places and you see the COVID testing, and then you go, oh, the COVID
COVID end, just for short.
No.
Let's hope no one's testing positive out there. That's for sure. There was probably 4 or 5 cars heading in there when I came out here. So, as I said, let's just hope that everything's clean and we can continue getting back to normal, because we are getting close to getting back to normal.
But things are starting to happen now. Like, I have never used so much sanitizer as I have in the last year and a bit.
Probably never used it, to be fair.
Well, I wash my hands and stuff, but you know what I mean? Like, everywhere I go past now, I touch a door handle and I sort of, as I go,
shake it.
So,
squeeze out of a pump bottle.
Yeah, so it's even today I've got the Glen 20 in the bag over there for all the headsets and stuff, and I've got the hand sanitizer. We've got everything, Jonty.
We're all ready to go. We'll bring it all out between the games and sort it out.
Yeah, no, this should be a good game. I think Casey should be able to win quite comfortably. But look, you never know. We've seen games where we've come to women's football and it's turned.
Yeah, there's no room for error. In a short season, 6 out of 12 making the finals. There is a clear gap between the top 6 and the bottom 6, with Southern Saints sitting in 6th spot with 5 wins and 113%. The Bulldogs are 6th with 4 wins and 74%. So the top 6 all have healthy percentages. The bottom 6 all have very poor percentages, as well as winning less games of footy. So there's a chance today really to lock the top 6 up for Southern Saints are playing Geelong at the moment. We'll keep an eye on that score for you all as well, because that can lock the top 6.
Here we go.
We're underway here at Casey Fields. Women's football back on Casey Radio, and the first tap was won by Borg, trying to get it out there for Carlton. Flicked out wide was Zanka. Will go first for the Demons. The inside 50. Quick ball down towards the forward line. Gathered there by Parry. She got tackled straight away, and the umpire will come in and call for a ball up.
Well, that was pretty quick there out of the centre there, Jonty.
She's a quality player, Eden Zanka.
Very
Love
quick.
watch her play.
Very quick.
So we're about 20 metres around from the Casey behind post, kicking to the Berwick Cranbourne Road end of the ground. So I did call the toss wrong. It's a good start. Parry can't pick it up. Borg, Parry took it away from her. Snap around the corner came from McAvoy for the Blues. Trying to pick the ball up there was Horn, couldn't do so. Quick kick out of defence from Carlton. Off the ground goes Daisy Walker. Then she has another go. She'll try and pick it up on the third attempt. Can't do so. Pushed off the ball by Birch, but it was front-on contact, and the free kick will go to Daisy Walker for Carlton.
Well, there you go. There's a wall in my way, Jonty, so I can't see that little piece of play there.
Kick back to half-back has been stolen away for Casey. That was by Sheriff. Goes back inside 50. It's over the top. It's bouncing towards the line. Has it got the legs? Casey Sheriff might have kicked a goal from 60.
She has.
What a start for the Casey Demons.
She has. Just barreled it in there.
Just put it in over the top, and it just kept bouncing. It bounced probably about the last 25 metres, and Casey Sheriff has kicked the first goal of the game for the Casey Demons.
Oh, well,
there you go. How fitting's that? Casey for Casey.
Casey for Casey.
One straight 6, the D's. No score, the Blues. We've played just under 2 minutes of the first quarter.
Yes, so here we go. The umpire's got the ball back in the centre, and we've got 2 minutes. 2 minutes in.
Yeah, 20 minutes flat play in the VFLW. So it's won by Georgia Borg in the middle. Taken again by Sheriff, the goal scorer. Zanka tries to get another clearance. Manages to toe poke it towards the 50. Then ran onto the ball and got crunched from the front. Handball over the top. Was it a handball? No, it was a throw. That is against Gabby Colvin. The free kick will go to the Blues. It'll be brought out there by McAvoy, out to the wing. Good mark in the front spot by Plain. Very experienced player, Natalie Plain. Played a lot of AFLW and VFLW, VWFL beforehand as well. Her kick was good to Brooke Walker. On the wing, goes towards half forward. The bounce might favour Klingbeil. It does, but she's got 3 to beat. Has to lay a tackle and lays it illegally.
Yeah.
And that'll be a free kick to Johnson, the captain for Casey, in her first season at the club after crossing from the Saints.
Saints, yeah.
Tells you how high they considered her, that she can join the club and go straight into the captaincy role. It's not a good kick, however. It's been turned over to the advantage of Wilson. Kicks out wide to the pocket. Running onto the football here was Jones. Gets around beautifully. Chips into the pocket. Lovely kick. Johnson arrived.
A spoil.
Beautifully done by Sam Johnson. And she thumped the ball away from Brooke Walker and got it over for a throw-in. That might be why they picked her rather than the kick. So boundary throw-in. 25 around from the Carlton goal. Zanka won the tap. Unable to pick it up cleanly was Fitzsimon. Came towards the 50. Zanka again. Put a kick on the boot. Out towards half-back. Taken away by the Demons. That was booted forward there by Simmons. It's open territory inside forward 50 for Casey again. Blues with the numbers. Get back there first. Oh, beautiful hand pass up. Gives Honeybun a chance. Managed to scrub a kick out of defence. Dodging and weaving was Sheriff. Couldn't pick it up cleanly. Borg tried to go through. Sheriff got a hand pass away. McAvoy can't get clean. Good handball out. Partially smothered was the kick-off Fitzsimon. Borg picks it up again for Carlton. Gets a quick kick, doesn't cover the journey. Swing and a miss on a couple of occasions there from Wilson. Over the top it goes, and finally it'll be booted forward by Fitzsimon. In towards the danger position, trying to trap it there for the Demons. That looked like Parry.
It does look like Parry.
It stacks on the middle, it's not coming out. Oh, it's holding the ball, and it's a free kick to Casey.
Well, there you go. A lot of people were jumping on, and I thought nothing was going to be paid, Jonty.
Well, the umpire has decided that Paige Trudgeon dived on the football and made no attempt to get it out. So Jacqueline Parry will line up for goal.
30 out.
Probably 30-35, directly in front. And she has kicked 3 goals 4 in her 2 VFLW games this season. So an important kick here to give the Demons a perfect start. The kick off the boot is sprayed out to the left and gets it through for a behind. Casey 1-1-7. Carlton yet to score. We've played just over 5 minutes.
Well, the sun is shining. All the cockatoos are out as well today. It's like country footy.
Ball back into play, and the mark taken by Honeybun. in the shadows of the new sports centre here at Casey Fields. Honeybun's kick is not good. It's gone straight to Sheriff, who swings around, kicks it back up towards the top of the goal square. It clears the pack again. She's done it again. Casey Sheriff has kicked another one from outside 50.
And then they just roll end to end. She misses the pack and it just keeps rolling.
This time it only had to bounce about 10 metres, but Casey Sheriff with two goals from outside 50, would you believe?
And Jonty, can I use this pun right now? She's on a roll.
She is on a roll. And I tell you what, Luke O'Shannessy will be wanting to work out who can shoot Sheriff.
Jeez. Because she's just getting it over the top of play and it's just bouncing end to end and just dropping through. And that's what you want.
Yeah, just put it online. Put it online and give it a chance. Casey 2-1-13. Carlton yet to score. 6.5 gone in the first quarter here at Casey Fields. Borg tried to take it out of the ruck. It was knocked away from her. Plain manages somehow to get through the traffic, but the traffic converged from behind, and Meg McDonald wraps her up holding the ball. Picks it up and takes off, does McDonald. Kicks inside 50 again. The Demons are looking ominous early doors. Parry tracks it out towards the line with Milford. Prominent goal kicker early this season, Imogen Milford. Actually kicked 6 goals in a game about 3 weeks ago, Imogen Milford.
Jeez, that's not bad, is it?
So you don't see that in women's football too often. She's kicked 15 so far this season in 10 games. Very dangerous goal kicker. So Borg up against Parry. Borg has the front spot, won it down. Trudgeon lays the shepherd. Dodging, weaving, playing, that was excellent. Kick came short, almost the mark to Mikhailov, wasn't paid. Quick snap on goal from the Demons, just misses. And I think that came from Meg McDonald, who's looking lively when she gets the ball on ground level.
So Casey 2-2-14, Jonty.
It is 14-0 as the ball is brought out of play. Wilson has it. Inside defensive 50, runs away and brings it down to the wing. It's going to go over the head of the target. Good mark taken by Libby Birch. Terrific player she has been. Goes to the 50, does Birch. Over the back it goes. Walker can't get clear. That was Daisy. Handball over the top. Looks it out wide and a good running mark taken by Jones. Courtney Jones has the football in front of the Casey Rooms. Kick inboard, dangerous. Good play here by the Demons. McNamara on debut. Kick was smothered. And we'll surely get a ball up this time. No, he's going to ping them again. He's going to ping them again.
No, he's called for the ball.
Caught me with the body language. Caught me with the body language there. And we'll have a ball up. 55 metres out from the Demons' goal. Where's Sheriff this time? Taken away, however, by Carlton, and it was good running. McAvoy got the kick up towards half-back. Losing it in the sun was Emma Horn, but she's able to recover. Wobbles a kick into the centre of the ground. Here's a chance for the Demons. Good hand pass. Released McNamara, the debutant. Not the best kick from her. Hits a turnover. The Blues handball. That created another turnover. Poor handball it was, really. Good pick up now by Olivia Madden. Had it knocked out of her hands by Johnson, who then gathered, booted the loose ball up inside 50. Over the head of Milford it goes. Tracking it back is Honeybun for Carlton. Little hand pass away. As the ball heads towards the line, Milford snaps it back towards the pocket. Over the head it goes of Fitzsimon and out of bounds on the full.
Well, there you go. There you go. You're all sweaty there, Jonty. You're all... It's all cool. It's all exciting.
I promise you, people, it's not COVID. Ball back towards the ball brought back into play, and it is Parry who takes the intercept mark. And she'll bring it back in from 50. Chips into the pocket. It had to be accurate. It wasn't. Snap around the corner came from Colvin. Hits the point post. Out of bounds on the full. So Casey doing all the attacking in the first 10 minutes. They lead 13-0. And the ball will be brought back into play by McAvoy for Carlton. Next to the behind post is Lucy McAvoy. And brings it out towards defensive 50. Oh, terrific mark taken there for Casey. That was by Zanker. Gave the hand pass off. Fitzsimons just short. Chance now for the Demons. Can't break out of there. Little hand pass over from Colvin. Carlton had the full back. And it's booted clear by Trudgeon out towards defensive 50. Caught with the football was Wilson Charlotte. And it'll be held into her. And it'll be a ball up 48 metres out from Casey's goal.
And a very good morning, Clint Westall.
Good morning. I know I'm a little late. I come bearing gifts. I got a nice chocolate slice for later on, though, so that'll make up for me being late, I hope.
Oh, I like the sound of that. Zanka gets a handball back to Birch, kicks towards full forward, puts it over the head of Simmons. Flicked out wide, it'll come back to Simmons. She's got time to sum up her options. Has a snap on goal on the left. That's a great kick. Isabella Simmons on the left. The Demons have got party tricks going early here at Casey Fields. They're 3-1-19. Carlton yet to score. We've played 10.5 minutes in the first quarter.
A little bit lucky there. The flick out that you said was borderline a scoop. I think it was one of those ones that sometimes you'll see called, but I think there was just enough of a guide and not enough of a lift that she got away with that little tap out to the side. And,
all right, Clint.
But a great finish afterwards.
Clint.
Anyway, that doesn't take away from how good the finish and the goal was.
Yeah, thanks, Clint, for spoiling the party. It was a good kick there on the left, though, wasn't it, John T?
It was, and that's what you want. You want them to be able to kick both feet. And to be fair, I'll keep an eye on her. She probably is a left footer. But that was a terrific finish from 35 metres out.
Yeah, it was good.
Isabella Simmons for her 5th goal of the season in her 8th game. It's all Demons, Clint. You haven't seen the ball down Carlton's end. Well, you missed it once. I heard one forward 50.
I was listening on the drive in and heard you call the first couple of goals. So, yeah, it looks like the Demons doing really well early on in this game.
Zanka with another clearance. No clear ball coming out of there. Wrapped up was Fairchild. It'll be a ball up just forward of the centre for Casey. Won by Charlotte Wilson for Carlton. Quick kick came from Madden. It'll be flicked over the back to Birch. She goes out towards the wing, sets up a foot race. It'll be Eliza Wood getting there first for Carlton. She ran away from Zanka. Got a kick towards half forward, just missed her target. Alison Brown, cross from the Southern Saints about 3 weeks ago. Not a good kick from her, though. And the mark is taken by McAvoy, who's been prominent early. Her kick has been chopped off by Meg McDonald, another one with plenty of early possessions. Sends it out to the wing, good kick. Demons can build again through the agency of Harrisimiuk. She goes to half forward. Reaching over the top was Matza, couldn't get clear. Fairchild, quick kick inside forward 50. Arriving on the strong lead, but getting run down was Parry. Good tackle from behind came from Coletti. The umpire letting the play go on, but it's surely not coming out of there. It'll be a ball up 45 out from Casey's goal.
And that's one thing we have noticed with the women's football. They seem to let it go on a lot longer than what they do in the men's.
And often they do actually get it out, don't they, when they give them the chance. Let's see how long before he blows the whistle this time. Got it about right.
It's that fine line, isn't it? Because there's nothing worse than the umpire waiting, and you just feel like they've waited too long. Yeah. But then you've always seen they wait too long, and just as they blow the whistle, it actually does come out. So sometimes you can be damned if you do and damned if you don't as an umpire.
Nothing worse than for a commentator than trying to call stacks on the bill.
And one thing I have noticed there, Brendan, that wind has picked up in the pocket over the other side there. If you ever look, those trees are really starting to move now. So there is
and it usually does favour the Berwick Cranbourne Road end, doesn't it? Zanka tries to go through, can't do so. Tackle without the football was that Carlton player. Umpire said no. Fairchild kicks inside 50 and on the lead. Beautifully taken. And it will be Isabella Simmons to have another shot at goal.
Beautiful lead out. She used her body to sort of protect the fall of the ball as it just came to the side, and strong grab on the chest.
Let's see what boot she uses to confirm how good a kick the previous one was. Isabella Simmons is 25 metres out, 45-degree angle to make it 4 first quarter goals to nothing. She comes in now and kicks on the left, so that lets us down a little bit.
And the left lets her down.
And the left lets her down. She missed badly across the face. So she is a left footer, Bella Simmons, but it was still a great goal.
Yeah, it was. So that puts the score up to 3-2, 20 to nothing here at Casey Fields.
Terrible kick in. Gave Coletti no chance, and she was just able to get a hand on it to knock it over the line before she gave away the free kick. It was Ali Bild who missed the target with that kick in. So the Demons with another chance to attack. And we've got a whistle. No, just a warning from the umpire. So now the throw in. It's going to be short. Trying to take it out of the ruck was Simmons. Couldn't gather cleanly. Klingbeil couldn't do so either. Finally, she did get a kick away. Oh, the bounce. It took a leg break and got past Winbanks. Or an off break because it went behind her. And we'll have a ball up shortly. He's going to let it go, but there's really nothing happening there. And it's at the top of the 50 metres for Casey. We've played just over 16 minutes. It's 20-0 in favour of the Demons. Tap by Charlotte Wilson. Quick kick forward, Fairchild. Into the pocket it goes. Zanka, or Milford it was, couldn't pick it up. And it trickles away towards the line.
John, has there been an adjustment? Are they just doing the 5-6-5 at centre bounces now for the VFLW? Because I know with the throw-ins, they've got no one down back at the 50.
Yeah, I think that was... I think the 2-2, was that the same as the new rule in the VFL? I'm not sure.
I can't remember what they did for the VFLW previously. I thought they still had to have... I thought it was
actually the whole time.
Yeah, that's what I thought with the women's. Well, no, the umpires have been watching it. Obviously, they're allowing it.
I'll come back to that as McNamara tried to get it inside 50. The pack will come again. The umpire will let it go again. And McDonald will come through and kick a behind. Ooh. Just across the face. Meg McDonald has her second behind of the day. 3-3 plays nothing in favour of Casey. They've actually dropped to the AFLW rules, Clint. So instead they've got 16 on the ground. They've come down to 16 on the ground from the 18. So that would probably explain why.
They're not forcing someone to go all the way back to the 50 just for throw-ins and that. They'll just do it for the centre bounces.
They've got rid of the wings to try and get rid of that congestion.
Yep.
So I did notice that when I was putting the selected teams together, they were back to 16 on the field and 5 on the bench rather than the full 23 that they've had in previous years.
And because they've gone to the 16, they're not forcing the inside 50, defensive 50, whatever.
Yeah, it'd be very open if they had both. As the Blues try to get out here through Hammonds, couldn't do so. She just camps over top of the football. Zanka lays the tackle and then stole the footy away and had it ripped out of her hands as well. Good tackle, and the free kick goes to Carlton. It'll be taken there by Brooke Walker. Goes across to centre half back. Charlotte Wilson. 2 Wilsons, 2 Walkers for the Blues. So we've got to try and keep on top of that. Wood can run onto the football in front of Kirkwood. Then brings it back inboard. An up and under kick eventually gets to Gurr. Gurr, defensive side of the wing. Arriving from the side was Gearan, former Demon, and she runs around, gets back onto the right boot, kicks up to half forward. Bouncing ball, running onto it with a chance there was I think, Maddie Wilson. Eventually Charlotte, or I should say Courtney Jones.
Here we go.
Over the
chance
back
here
for Carlton. This is Brooke Walker. She had it ripped away from her, and then she gave away a free kick for a push in the back.
You're talking about 2 Wilsons, 2 Walkers. Be thankful you weren't calling the VFL on Thursday night. There was 6 Smiths out there in that one game.
Wow. We'll get there. We'll just call them by their first name when there's that many. McDonald, her kick out of defence doesn't really clear the zone, and the umpire calls for a ball up. 45 seconds for Carlton to get something out of this first quarter.
Just need something, just to get that little bit of belief and momentum going into quarter time, that's for sure.
That's all they need.
Borg with the tap, McDonald with the handball. Came back to Borg. Grown a bit since the last time I saw her play, Borg. She was a short wingman, if I remembered rightly. Now she's playing in the ruck. Kick up towards the wing. Is there time here? Casey, it's Sheriff again. She'll run inside 50, have one bounce, go to 45. She's got a kicker from further out.
And she still had 8 seconds on the clock.
She could have gone all the way.
I think she actually glanced up at that scoreboard too to see exactly what was left on the clock. She just thought, just didn't want to take that extra little bit of run.
It's quarter time, and it was a dominant first quarter for the Casey Demons. They've kicked 3 goals 5, in fact, the scoreboard falling behind there. 3 goals, 5, 23 I've got on my page here. Carlton with no score. So we'll wait for confirmation of that because the scoreboard says 3-3. But either way, it was a dominant first quarter by the Casey Demons. The goal scorers, 2 to Casey Sheriff, both from long range, and 1 to Isabella Simmons, a beautiful snap on the left. And Carlton still looking for their first score of the contest. Bill McMartin.
Yes, Brendan and Jonty Rhodes. Well, that was a very interesting first quarter there. Thanks for coming in halfway, Clint. We really appreciate your effort this morning.
As I said, I've got the chocolate slice. I made it.
Oh, no, we knew you were going to be late.
Look, we know the conditions out there. I can tell you, it looks beautiful and sunny. It is beautiful when you're
cold.
in
It is cold.
I was just about to say, it looks beautiful, feels beautiful when you're driving the car in the heat. As soon as you step out of that car into that wind, it is very cold out there. And yeah, that wind has definitely sprung up from the south, and it's favouring the end Casey we're kicking to in that quarter.
Yes, which is the Berwick Cranbourne Road end.
Which obviously helped them with some of those long kicks from Casey Sheriff and that sort of thing.
Yeah, they were bounced.
They dominated anyway.
They did dominate. And we're saying that the weather is coming up, sort of Hastings, Somerville, so it's coming across the bay, Rosebud and up. There's been a movement around, but they are just dominant.
Well, it helps, as I said, there may be a shower come through. I think it's supposed to clear up this afternoon, but this is very handy for Casey. Looks like the goal umpire's running over to the grandstand. Obviously need to try and
rectify the score.
I'm just looking at the scoreboard. It actually looks like part of it's not clicking over and printing properly anyway, sort of thing. So it could actually be an actual error with trying to get the scoreboard to run rather than the score. But they're sorting that out with the umpires now. There you go, 3-5. It's updated too.
3-5-23.
That is correct. You see, if that little bit of rain does come through and they have got that 3 or 4 goal advantage already, that could be very handy for them. But look, Casey they do look that step above a lot of the Carlton players out there at the moment, don't they?
And we did have that before when they were out just having a brief run round. You know, we had a heavy shower come through, then we had a light shower, and that was about 9:45 sort of thing. And so there's a bit of the ground's got a bit of water on it, but the ground is in immaculate condition. Well, I was saying earlier, the last time we were here, our feet were sinking in it, and Jonty was overseas in London. And
look,
it actually looks good. It really looks good now.
It looks like it's got that. It hasn't got that pooling or that heaviness. It's slippery, like it does get when you get those showers through. The ball's sliding and skidding as it bounces on the grass, but it's not stopping dead in puddles and things like that in the heavy mud and the heavy rain like it has been when this ground was at its worst a couple of years ago, sort of thing. Yeah.
All right, then. Well, we're going to take a quick break here. Quick word from our sponsors at Casey Radio, and we'll be right back.
Unlike many Victorians, Civic Outdoor love the sweet sound of traffic, and so do our clients. Quite simply, more cars means more eyeballs for your brand and your message. With billboard sites all over Melbourne, from major highways to commuter roads and local communities, Civic Outdoors' network of billboards is unmissable. So why wait? Get in contact today. Visit civicoutdoor.com.au and start driving traffic to your door. Station sponsor. For a limited time only, Mackenzie Aged Care is providing 1 week of respite care absolutely free when you book for 2 weeks at our beautiful Lynbrook Park home in Lynbrook. Respite care at Lynbrook Park ticks all the boxes. 24/7 quality care, professionally prepared meals, peace of mind, and time to rest, rejuvenate and recharge. Visit mackenzieacg.com to book your respite care today. Station sponsor.
Narry Warren Fine Art Printing offers personalised service, priding themselves on attention to detail, using the world's best museum quality papers and canvas, plus impressive colour profiling. You can trust your printing needs to be reproduced perfectly. For expert advice on your printing needs, call George on 0407 802 117 or order online at www.nwfineartprinting.com.au. Narry Warren Fine Art Printing, where the image comes to life.
Station sponsor. Join Russell Hanby for Midweek Matinee, now every Thursday morning at 9. He'll be playing those great classics we grew up with. He'll also pick out some quirky news stories to make you smile. And in the second hour, Russell Hanby will be featuring great tracks of the 50s and 60s, when the crooners and swooners of the 40s met the rock and rollers of the 50s and 60s. That's Midweek Matinee, Thursdays 9 to 11, only on Casey Radio 97.7 FM. Broadcasting to the city of Casey, 97.7 FM, Casey Radio.
Oh, yes, and we're back here at Casey Fields for the second quarter of the Casey Demons v Carlton in the VFLW. The current score is Casey Demons 5-3-23 to Carlton 0-0, and the third number would be 0.
That'd be 3-5 as well, Bill. You said 5-3. All right.
Three goals, 5. Well, actually, it's only 5 now. Look, half the scoreboard's gone.
Having issues with that this morning. Like everything is a bit crazy this morning. The cold's getting to all of us. But look, the umpires and that, everything getting back to position.
Hey,
sort of
I'm
thing.
dyslexic. It's 3-2-5-3. Oh, dear. So we should be in for an exciting quarter. Hopefully Carlton can get something going here in the second quarter, which... And that's someone closing the door out near the effects mic.
Wasn't anyone here falling over, folks? Don't panic if you're listening at home.
Yeah, no, that was the effects mic.
Which is better than what we sometimes get with someone standing having a conversation with choice words right next to the effects mic. That's usually where it causes more of a panic.
Well, the next voice you're going to hear, the umpire's got the ball. The next voice you're going to hear is the dulcet tones of Brendan Jonty Rhodes.
And the last time we saw a team scoreless at quarter time, they were 13 points in front just before halftime.
Correct.
Which was Coburg last week. So can the Blues produce something similar? Taken out by Winbanks for Casey. Quick kick, partially smothered, left behind Fitzsimon. She eventually got the ball out. Carlton with a quick kick forward. Back with the flight of the ball, doing it nicely. That was McNamara, who's impressed on debut. Fairchild can't break clear, beaten for it by McAvoy. She tries to get the footy out, can't. Went for another go, did better that time. Honeybun kick towards open space for Carlton. Dodging and weaving was Walker. Tried to get back, but couldn't get back around.
Ball.
And was definitely ball. Free kick to Casey. Next to the centre circle. It's chipped forward and turned over. And Lucy McAvoy, who has easily been Carlton's best player so far in this game, takes another intercept mark. Kick goes up towards half forward, thumped away by Birch. Very good defender, Libby Birch. If I remember rightly, might be a premiership player at the Bulldogs in the AFLW. Towards half forward goes the football. Carlton with their first opportunity of this quarter, but Sheriff has gone back and lays a strong tackle.
Just seeing that the wind's has eased off a little bit. It's still definitely favouring that Berwick Road end, but not quite as strong. But I think it's that blustery that's going to come and go as the day goes on.
Fairchild worried out of the contest by Gurr. Little kick around the corner. Sheriff, it didn't go 15. Great smother plane. She'll go back in for another go. It was kicked off the ground for Casey. That was by McNamara. Kick quick. Back inside 50. And playing in front was Brooke Walker to take the mark.
It's the advantage of being in that front spot, isn't it? The ball just sort of dropped a bit short as it came off. Didn't quite come off the boot right, but got in front, got it on the chest. Kicking from about 35, 40 out once she actually kicks it, but the wind is behind her on this, so we'll see. She's backing herself like she can get the distance. We'll see how she goes.
14 VFLW games, no goals. And she's got one now. Brooke Walker gets her first goal in VFLW football in game 15. And, well, at very least her forward teammates know it. Very well done. Carlton's on the board. 1 straight 6. Casey Demons 3-5-23. 2.5 gone second quarter.
You can tell with that wind, even with that wind, she was right at the edge of her range. She got right close to the woman on the mark and made sure she went around the side of her a bit. Didn't try and overkick it, though, which is good. I mean, sometimes you see people with that wind behind them will try and kick too much onto it. She got enough onto it just to float it in the air, let the wind carry it through, just cleared the line, but got through nicely.
Oh, she tried to kick it out onto the road there. It's a shame there's a big net behind there, so they've got the nets up, haven't they?
And the nets are up. They stay up out here at Casey Fields. They're not
at that end of the ground anyway. Other end of the ground, there's nothing there because you're kicking into the wind. You're going to be lucky to clear the fence even if you kick it from right in front of the line.
And if you really wanted to kick it over that net, you will do so pretty comfortably anyway. It's probably the smallest net in VFL football. But it still does the job most of the time.
And the umpire's going to throw it up again in the centre.
And the Rucks will have another look at it. Winbanks had 2 taps to get it forward, and then Zanka charges through. That's a throw. The umpire saw it, despite being on the wrong side.
Just tackled just as she was getting rid of it. It's a good tackle there from the Carlton player.
X-ray vision there by the umpire. X-ray vision.
Well, it was up over her head, so that sort of helps a bit.
Esther Honeybun kicks towards half forward for Carlton. Over the back.
Knock it on. There you go.
Off the ground it goes. Casey Demons with the numbers back through Casey Sheriff. Eventually, a good little hand pass through from Horn. The kick only goes as far as that player again in McAvoy. Chips inside 50. Lovely pass. And Charlotte Hammonds takes the mark 45 metres out.
Smart football, Jonty.
Keep it short, keep it low. Hit the target.
Kick it into the space and that. So,
yeah, look for that empty player who's just got the lead. You know, nothing too exciting.
Kicking from a bit further out than the previous shot, but she's backing herself like she can get the distance as well.
Once again, no VFLW goals in the career of Charlotte Hammonds.
Oh.
It'd still be none for her at this stage. She's snuck it in for a behind. Carlton 1-1-7, Casey 3-5-23, 4.5 gone in the second quarter. And the ball to be brought back into play by Alison Brown, who decides to go out to the scoreboard side. Just a little bit out of reach of Johnson. It runs away from her. Did she get a hand on it?
I think she did, yeah.
No, she did not.
Oh.
No, it's a new signal. Instead of just signalling out of bounds on the full, he sort of flicked over the head. What's that signal like? It's like play on advantage,
yeah.
It looked a bit like. But free kick to Carlton. Kick goes back inside 50. Mark was dropped by Brown. And, well, it stays in play, and the umpire will have to call for a ball up.
That was me using my X-ray vision, Tom. I thought she got a hand onto it and knocked it towards the boundary line, but it was on the far side from us. So obviously the boundary umpire saw that it didn't, and the wind just caught it at the last minute and just swung it towards the line.
Took that leg break.
Yep.
It's sort of like a deliberate out of bounds signal overhead from the boundary umpire,
yeah.
As the quick kick comes out of defence. I always get my tongue tied on quick kick.
Or is it also is that the last touch rule? Maybe she might have got a touch to it, but if it was the last touch and out of bounds, are they paying that at the moment?
I'm not sure. It's only
in the
outside
part of
the arcs.
And it was when it went out, so that could have been what he was signalling what it was.
That might be at the last touch rather than out of bounds on the full.
Yeah, so she might have got the hand onto it, but because it then went out as the last touch kick in, yeah.
These rules we've got to remember when we haven't called a VFLW game in a couple of years, as the ball is camped deep in the Carlton forward line. So maybe this wind, which we're saying is strong, it may be making more of an impact than even we think.
Well, the cockies are having fun flying into it, I can tell you that.
Just hold the wings up and float the other way. Ball towards the line. Oh, almost a little trip there for Zanka, but she's okay. And it works its way towards the line.
So yeah, the cockies look like when you go out for a bike ride and it's into the wind, you really struggle going one way and then you fly and go fast going the other.
So it is deceptively strong out there, that wind blowing straight down the ground towards the Berwick Road end, which Carlton is kicking to at the moment. The Demons trying desperately to get it out of defence. Strong tackle laid by Charlotte Hammonds. Then another one put on there by Winbanks. Eventually the umpire will have to sort it out.
And that's where it's important in these conditions. You don't try to overkick it with the wind. You want to use that wind but not try to overkick it, but then you've definitely got to work it back into it when you are going the other direction.
Pick up, and then a quick little hand pass underground came from McAuliffe, but they can't keep it in. And we'll have another ball up. Ball in, I should say.
Do you know what it reminds me of when all the cockies are in the tree like that Alfred Hitchcock movie, The Birds. They're just sort of flying everywhere. Showing your age, Bill. It's a bit eerie.
Ball towards half forward, snap around the corner from Natalie Plain. Gathered by Johnson, has a runner coming past from defence. That was Birch. Brought it out towards half back. Snap back around the corner from Simmons towards the wing position. Borg knocked it back into the contest. Johnson with a couple to beat, can't beat them. The Blues will break clear only momentarily, because it was McNamara who got a quick kick to half-back. Milford thrown out of the contest without the football. Umpire said play on. We need it wrapped up here. We need a ball up. Yeah. It's not going to happen. It's just going to keep bobbling around in the middle of this contest with no one able to actually get a possession. One kick went straight up and down. Windbanks tried to slap it out and did so into the path of Emma Horn, who goes out to open space and creates a foot race. Horn will run onto it again herself. Picked it up, but in the time it took to pick it up, Daisy Walker got there and hammered her. And we'll get a ball up, I should say.
Just those little touches keeping it live. The hard part with working the ball into this wind is it's very hard to do the mark kick game into this wind because it is gusty, so you really do have to just run it and hand pass it.
Just got to keep it low, don't they? Yeah. Just boot it along the ground. Now, the umpire says holding the ball here. And it's going to be a free kick to Carlton. And it'll be Michaela who goes inside 50. And it'll bounce away and over for a throw in.
I was just about to say, Jonty, having a look at the beautiful Weimaraner down there, because you know how much I love my dogs at the local footy.
So, ball to come back into play about 35 metres around from the Carlton goal. They'd love to get another one here. Thumped back towards the line by Fitzsimon. Now, did I hear a whistle then? Obviously not, because they're still playing on. It might have been one of those cockies, Bill.
I think it was.
Came out to half-back. The Corellas strong around here.
Well, that's definitely a whistle there now.
We'll have a ball up.
Yeah, they're all seem to lurking in those trees at the end. They're all going to come out at some point. You can see the trees with the weight.
Big flock of them up around Corowa that caused a few problems too, the Corellas. Make a lot of noise.
Here we go.
Carlton with an opportunity. McAvoy got it back across to Daisy Walker to Plain. Snap inside 50, just at the bootlaces there of Lawrence. Casey working overtime to get it out of there. Honeybun's kick was partially smothered. Booted away by Buchan. Chance now for the Demons to break if they can get it away from Honeybun, which they can't. She managed to tumble the kick back inside 50. Working through there was Gearan, couldn't do so. Came back to Gurr, snap around the corner on the right boot. But Birch is in the last line of defence, taking a safe mark for Demons.
3-on-1 there, so they really had to mark that one, the Demons.
Lucky to be 15, her pass, but it got to McDonald. Her kick was more than 15, but it was knocked off by Natalie Plain.
A really good thing the Blues are doing at the moment, they're really working hard to make sure they are in the front position. So these kicks, be it into the wind or even the ones that are scrubbed forward with the wind that are dropping short, they're in the right position for that.
Originally from Seaford, Plain floats the kick inside 50. Tumbled back out of defence. She's going to be gone here. Just got a hand pass away in time, did Grace Buchan. Dodging through was Plain again. Little hand pass through traffic from Chaplin, the debutant for Carlton. And it'll be a ball up on forward 50 for the Blues. 23 plays 7, Casey lead. 11 and a half minutes gone in the second quarter. Carlton doing all the attacking with the wind in this term. Running through traffic was Buchan and kicking out to open space. It's going to be Brooke Walker who gets there first for Carlton. Gets around one, gave the hand pass to Daisy Walker. Runs to 40, kicks towards full forward, just over the heads. Casey defence in the road. Brown run down. Did she get a kick away? Umpire said it did touch the boot. Clint wasn't so sure.
I don't think it did.
And we will have a ball up eventually about 12 metres out from the Carlton goal.
I am not sure that did kick the boot. I don't think it did catch that. I think the umpire was already calling play on and that sort of stuff and went early. And but ball up. They still get a chance here, Carlton. They really want to take advantage of this.
And they do. Couldn't get a kick away. Was Madden handballed it back into traffic. It was booted clear by Buchan for the Demons. Stepping back inside was Plain. Kick beautifully smothered. Trying to break clear was Zanka. Can't do so. And eventually, it's going to be called for a ball up.
Yeah, Horn with that smother, really important. It was getting back towards goal and going to open it up. She just kept it covered, corralled her, and then smothered the kick. Did well.
We should be down in that new building, Bill, because that's where the ball is all day. Little hand pass through. Plain received it from Walker. Big kick from Plain. Oh, just hits the post. It was floating all the way towards the goals.
It was starting to swing to the right, and then I think a little bit of the breeze got it and straightened it up again, and that's what got it to hit the post. It looked like it was going to curve around and come inside it, but in the last minute, wind pushed it against the post.
Carlton 1-2-8, Casey Demons 3-5-23. 6:45 left in this second quarter. Not a good kick in, gives the Blues a chance. It was taken by Maddie Wilson, but Zanka was straight onto her and got it over the line in front of that new sports centre here at Casey Fields.
Oh, you love mentioning the new
I
sports.
love it. I love it.
The new sports centre here at Casey
It's amazing
Fields.
how a building can just spring up and then you forget that it's easy to forget that it's 2 years since I've been here, so they've had plenty of time to build 3 of them.
Yeah.
Ball back into play. Won by Zanka, took it out of the ruck, just kicked it out of defensive 50. Straight through goes Honeybun, but couldn't break the tackle of Conroy, the late inclusion. Came back to Zanka, stripped of the football. That was by Gearan. Kicks towards the goal square. Libby Birch is in the road again.
Well done by Gearan. She tackled and stripped it and then quickly bent to the ground and picked up the ball and got it onto the boot, but yeah, just couldn't quite get enough onto the kick to get it through.
Birch found Buchan. And she will bring it out of defence, over the head. Mark not able to be taken by Sheriff. Gearan runs onto the football, sets it up towards forward. It floats offline. Birch beaten for it. Running to the open goal. That is quality football for Carlton. And the goal has been kicked by Brooke Walker. Her first goal in VFL football about 4 minutes ago, and now she's got a second, and she beat 2 of them to do it, Clint Westall.
So strong. She just kept her feet so strong, shrugged through the tackle, and then just ran through into the open goal and got onto the boot. Just that ability to keep your feet under pressure is so important in football, and she showed exactly why there.
And the current score is 3-5-23, plays Carlton 2-1-13. And we've got 5 minutes remaining in this quarter before half-time. Jonty.
Well, they're right back in the game, Carlton, if they can find another one.
Yes, and I wanted...
It'll be well and truly game on at the main break.
That's the key. Definitely don't want to concede here, but yeah, if you can sneak one more and just get within a goal, you'd be very happy with this quarter.
It might be one of those games where the away goal gets it done, the goal against the wind. And so far, we've had, I think, one inside 50 for the game down to the Athletics Centre end of the ground.
I think Carlton went once or twice late in that first quarter sort
Casey
of thing.
Certainly
Casey haven't been, I don't think they've been over past the centre circle, really.
Trying to go through there was Brown, who couldn't get clear. Gearan starting to become important. Got it back to Gurr. Tumbles a kick towards half forward. Bounce doesn't favour the Blues forwards. Trying to work through McNamara. It came up to McAvoy. She kicks in towards the forward pocket. Brooke Walker's a chance again. Bounces back towards the goal and then goes the other way. Oh, won't we love what this football can do? It'll be wrapped up. Trying to break the tackle there. She's in trouble. Just got a hand pass in time. Did Alison Brown. Still the Blues with an opportunity. Called out there. Wood got a kick into the pocket. Brown has another crack at it. Caught by Walker. Ripped out of her hands. Walker might have done it again. Poster.
Hit the post, Jonty. Missed by that much.
Wow. Missed it by that much, as Maxwell Smart would say.
Just brilliant pressure, though, from Carlton. They're not trying to overuse the wind. They're working on the wet weather principle instead of just make sure it keeps going forward, make sure it keep pushing it forward, and this could be another out. Yep.
It certainly is. Great.
Lasso over the head. That's what the signal is. She's doing the lasso over their heads. So.
That's power play, isn't it?
Yeah. Well,
to go to the big bash, yeah.
All inside 50 again for Carlton. They've done all the attacking in this second quarter. Dangerous kick gives the Blues another chance. Gearan can't shrug the tackle. Did she get a hand pass? Umpire said she did. Quick kick out of defence came from Kirkwood. How far can she get it? Only as far as the 50. Booted back by Walker towards the pocket. Over the top, Brown knocks the ball to ground, then ran onto it. Oh, fumble. Didn't really want it. Gabby Colvin wasn't expecting it. And it went over for a throw-in.
I'll give her the benefit of the doubt and say she didn't want it. I think it was more she was trying to do...
Certainly wasn't expecting it.
Or whether she was intentionally trying to fumble the hand pass so then she could fumble over the line for the throw-in. We can't read minds, so we're not sure exactly what was going on there.
You're being a bit kind, I think. Ball back into play. Blues with a opportunity. Gearan's camped over the football. She needs to try harder to get this footy out. Umpires circles, and the ball does come out. Still Carlton with a chance. McAvoy caught. Hand pass up from Fairchild. Hacked out of there by Fitzsimon. And a good mark taken. Front spot for Carlton. Wasn't paid to Ali Bild. And the umpire says ball up. I was looking at my sheet. Do you reckon it was a mark?
I reckon it was a mark. It may have been touched
off the boot, potentially.
Yeah.
51 metres out from the Blues goal. They've got 2 minutes left to get one more back. They'll get another ball up here, I would have thought. Ball flicks out, in fact. Johnson can't break the tackle. She took them on. Umpire circles and pings her.
Yep.
Oh, geez, I would have been angry with him if he hadn't given his body language there. Brieger with the free kick. Runs around, called to play on. Almost caught from behind by Parry. Inside 50. Worked under the ball was Madden. And the mark taken by Brown.
They just need some tools down there just to get it high enough to get the marks. That's all they need.
Oh, Birch is under the pump. The handball went straight into her when she had 3 Blues around her.
Oh, bit of afters.
Yeah, a little bit going on there. Birch gets the free kick because the tackle was a little bit crude, but it was not a good hand pass. It gave her no chance.
I was about to say, the 1-2, it wasn't exactly the most uncruised hand pass.
Zanka drops an easy mark. 25 out straight in front. It will cost her a goal. It will cost her a goal.
Well, we've got a ball game here, folks. We've got a ring-a-ding-dinger with 40 seconds left on the clock.
Amber McHale kicks her first goal in VFLW football in game number 8. Eden Zanka dropped an easy mark in front of her eyes, 25 metres out, and McHale swooped. And Carlton are 3-2-20, Casey 3-5-23.
And you can see the gusty wind out there because the defender that got back on the goal line was swirling one way, left, right, and then it just carried it up. She got her hand onto it, but it was just over the line by she did. So that ball was really swirling around that wind. She got right back into position, but just wasn't able to quite get her hand on the ball before it did. The wind just eased it over the line.
I think today's going to be an interesting day of football for the men and the women with this wind out here today.
I think the men's kicking might be a little bit more penetrative to get through it a bit better, but that was a great quarter from Carlton as they took full advantage of the wind, got themselves right back in the contest, and Eden Zanka, Clint, she is probably, I would say, within the top 5 most naturally talented players in the competition. You cannot be dropping easy marks like that.
No, and you can't allow, as I said, I don't think the wind or the wet ball had too much on that. I don't know whether the case of whether she was trying to move it quickly into this wind, so she was looking up and trying to spend it before she'd actually got
That's exactly what happened, I reckon.
I think sometimes you just need to focus on getting that mark first. Yes, you need to move the play on quick, but not at the expense of completing the simple part of the task of actually taking the mark and getting control of the ball first.
Casey Demons still leading at half-time. There's been one inside 50 to the Athletic Centre end of the ground. That was had by Carlton in the first quarter, and the scoring didn't happen. And at half-time, it is game on. Casey Demons 3-5-23, Carlton 3-2-20 at half-time of the VFLW game. Goal scorers for the Demons, 2 to Casey Sheriff and 1 to Isabella Simmons. For Carlton, 2 to Brooke Walker and 1 to Amber McHale. All maiden goals in VFLW football for the 2 Carlton girls. Very well done for them. Billy, Buttons might have a chance to spin those DJ discs for the next few minutes.
We might hear a word from our gracious sponsors first, who keep us on air and give us something to keep us going on a Saturday afternoon here at Casey. And a good morning to you, because it's still morning.
It's still morning.
It is. You can't have football, and you can't have the best music in southeast Melbourne without these generous sponsors. We'll be back soon at Casey Fields. It's the Demons leading the Blues by 2 points, with the score being altered. I do have 3 on my book here.
Yep, 3-3-21.
It is 3-5-23 Casey, 3-3-21 Carlton. Back soon at Casey Fields on Casey Radio 97.7, the sound of the Southeast.
Our sponsors, Suncrest Outdoor Blinds, offer an extensive range of external awnings, including canopies, E-zip channel blinds, folding arm awnings, patio shades and more. Our dedicated team comes to you on time, every time. Seniors discount apply all year long. Phone 9753 5221 or visit www.suncrestoutdoorblinds.com.
This year, MasterChef serving up the best cooks ever and the best food ever.
What I tasted there was a passion.
MasterChef, Sunday to Thursday on 10 and 10 Play on demand.
Station sponsor.
Narry Warren Fine Art Printing offers personalised service, priding themselves on attention to detail, using the world's best museum quality papers and canvas, plus impressive colour profiling. You can trust your printing needs to be reproduced perfectly. For expert advice on your printing needs, call George on 0407 802 117 or order online at www.nwfineartprinting.com.au. Narry Warren Fine Art Printing, where the image comes to life.
Station sponsor. It makes economic sense to outsource human resource management to Performance Advantage. Specialists with experience, tools and techniques that meet the needs of small business and community organisations. Performance Advantage reduces the stress, risks, time and waste in managing your staff and systems. They've been around since 2000. Want to know more? Call Suzanne on 0408 897 079. Station sponsor. Unlike many Victorians, Civic Outdoor love the sweet sound of traffic, and so do our clients. Quite simply, more cars means more eyeballs for your brand and your message. With billboard sites all over Melbourne, from major highways to commuter roads and local communities, Civic Outdoors' network of billboards is unmissable. So why wait? Get in contact today. Visit civicoutdoor.com.au and start driving traffic to your door. Station sponsor.
Join Corinne and Ian King every Friday night from 8 p.m. for The King and I.
97.7 FM, the sound of the Southeast.
But all the things that you've seen
Hey Mom, why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you teach me a thing or two? You just let me go out into the world. You never thought to share what you knew. So I walked under a bus. I got hit by a train. Keep falling in love, which is kind of the same. I've sunk out at sea, crashed my car, gone insane. And I felt so good, I wanted to wed again. Hey Mom, why didn't you warn me? 'Cause about boys is something I should have known. They're like chocolate cake, like cigarettes. I know they're bad for me, but I just can't leave them alone. So I walked under a bus. I got hit by a train. Falling in love, which is kind of the same. I've sunk out at sea, crashed my car, gone insane. And it felt so good, I wanna do it again. I walked under a bus, I got hit by a train. It felt so good, so I wanna do it again. I wanna do it again. I wanna do it again. Felt so good. Hey Mom, since we're talking, what was it like when you were young? Has the world changed, or is it still the same? A man can kill and still be the sweetest girl. I got hit by a train. Keep falling in love, which is kind of the same. I've sunk out at sea, crashed my car, gone insane. And it felt so good, I wanna do it again. Under a bus, I got hit by a train. Keep falling in love, which is kind of the same. I've sunk out at sea, crashed my car, gone insane. And it felt so good, I wanna do it again. I got hit by a train. And it felt so good, I wanna do it
And welcome back here to Casey Fields for a very close match that started off with all one-way traffic in the first quarter going Casey's way. Carlton have fought back there in the second quarter to make it a 2-point ball game. And it looks like a bit of drizzle, light showers coming across the oval.
I said that on the drive in here. It's that typical southerly, isn't it? You get those bursts of bright blue sky for a while, and then you get that patch of really dark, heavy rain and wind that comes through. So it's one of those ones where it can hit you or it can do skirt around you and miss you, but definitely looks like a bit's going to be hitting us for the next 5 minutes.
Oh, well done, meteorologist Clint. If you look out the window behind you there, mate, there's a big black cloud and it's rolling our way. So we could be in for a bit of rain, but it's a 2-point ball game here.
We got two Jane Buns here beside us.
Thankfully, we're in a nice, proper office, fully sealed. We've got the heating and everything in here today. We're not out in the balcony like we sometimes are. So
yeah, no, it's not too bad today.
Great facilities here, not just the brand new one that Jonty keeps going on about down the end here, which is awesome. I can tell you that. It looks brilliant. And having seen the TV game from up here and seeing seeing the insides of it as well, sort of thing.
It is a nice
facilities
complex.
inside is just the training and all that sort of stuff down there is brilliant.
Around the grounds, there's a few games going on at the moment. 3-quarter time at Trevor Barker Oval. Southern Saints 4-3-27 leading Geelong 1-10-16. The reverse of what happened in the AFL last night. Port Melbourne yet to score. Collingwood 1 goal 2-8. Williamstown 4 behinds. Darebin yet to score. And the Western Bulldogs 1-1-7 leading Essendon 1 behind. Those games, the Port Melbourne Collingwood game is 15 minutes behind us. The other two are half an hour behind us. So we'll be able to keep you up to date with those ones as the day goes on.
And Stuart Merrick's just chimed in. His son's umpiring down there at TBO. This is good oval. Next voice you're going to hear is the sound of Brendan Jonty Rhodes.
And the umpire tosses it up to start the third quarter. Borg took it out of the ruck, but it was ripped out of her hands by Fitzsimon, who tumbled it towards half forward. Picked up for the Blues by Coletti. She gets a quick hand pass over the top. Plain had a good second quarter. Borg thrown off the football. Gearan lays a strong tackle there on Zanka. And it'll be a ball up. Still in the centre square, just forward for the Casey Demons. They've got the chance. Clint, we'll get to your thoughts shortly. They need to put the game to bed in this quarter. They can't keep Carlton alive at 3-quarter time. Snap around the corner came from Simmons. It'll tumble towards full forward. Mark not able to be taken there by Colvin, who threw it away. Umpire said play on. Carlton took it through build. It only came as far as Zanka, who goes with a barrel around the corner. Up towards the top of the goal square it goes. Dodging, unable to break clear there was Trudgeon. Finally, she managed to get through traffic and then handballed it to no one in particular. Daisy Walker gathered, gave it back to Trudgeon, tumbled a kick about 10 metres it went. Plain lays a strong tackle there on Winbanks, and it'll be a ball up.
No, free kick, holding.
No, holding the ball.
Holding the ball, sorry.
The ball. So free kick to Natalie Plain. There was no attempt from Winbanks. The kick goes out to half back, and terrific mark taken out there under the bright pink hair from Mietta Kendall. First time we've seen her today. And she drives it back inside 50. It'll bounce away harmlessly towards the line, and it'll be a throw in about 25 metres around from the behind post. Casey in attack.
Yeah, at best you can see either of these sides maybe sneaking one goal at the other end if they really push hard and push through, but you think 3 or 4 goals here in this quarter will keep them going and keep Casey going, give them the break that they can hold on in the last quarter if it gets to that.
So ball deep forward for Casey. Carlton got the kick out. Trying to go through was McNamara on debut, been pretty good. Picked up here by Sheriff. A couple of terrific goals in the first quarter from her, and we'll have a ball up.
Still gusty, that wind. It looks like it's died off just that little bit with the rain coming through, but it's still gusting and blowing out there.
Blues fighting hard to not allow Casey to get an early goal in this third quarter. It'll be another ball up.
Just watching the fans sitting around the fence in front of us here. It definitely is getting cold, windy and rainy. All the jackets are out and all the umbrellas are coming down.
It's coming in at 45-degree angle at the moment as McAvoy sends the kick out wide. Bouncing ball in front of Maddie Wilson. She can't get to it. The umpire says power play, and it's a free kick to Casey.
Give it the lasso movement for the last touch, and free kick.
Kendall with the free ball. Goes up towards 50. Blues with a chance through Trudgeon, who just runs away. In fact, it is Charlotte Wilson. Had a bounce through wet traffic and ran straight into trouble. Lucky to get away with that, and the Blues can build here. Running through half back is Wood. Out to the wing goes the kick. Turning back inboard was Courtney Jones. She's gone if she doesn't get rid of it. She does. Still a chance for Carlton. Wood got around one. Kicks inside 50. Ball just fades away there from Lawrence. And the pack will converge. It's been dragged in here. The umpire saw that. It's been dragged in and it's gone. You just saw the Casey arm reach out.
Can't do that when you're on your down on your knees. If you're standing, you can maybe get away with it, but when you're on your knees and you drag it back in, you should get pinged, and you were rightly pinged in that occasion.
Bridie Winbanks, we could see it from up here. There was no way the umpire was going to miss it. And Maddie Wilson chips into the pocket. Knew she couldn't make the distance with the wind. Turnover time. Short ball, Colvin. Mark taken by Fitzsimon, and the danger has been averted. Fitzsimon plays on, brings it into the centre of the ground. Over the head it goes of everybody. Tracking it back is Milford. Tries to get clear, was worried out of the contest by Coletti. Handball away came from Trudgeon. Plain. How'd she get rid of it? Umpire said that was okay. Colvin got it across to McDonald. She goes towards half forward. Build is back there for Carlton. Trudgeon bumped off the football. It wasn't a tackle, so it can't be holding the ball. Fitzsimon, was she caught high? Umpire said no. Meg McDonald arrives. Kick was smothered off the boot by Daisy Walker. Still a chance here for Casey. Pack over the football. It flicks out the back. Strong effort by McDonald. Caught Klingbeil. And we just love the way the umpires let things go. Blow your whistle, sir, and throw it up, please. Thank you.
Look, it's so very important. It could be that away goal, that one goal at this COVID testing Casey Field's end that makes a difference in this game. And Carlton have looked like the more likely to be able to sneak one at this end so far.
McNamara caught, dropped the footy. Umpire said play on. We wait for something to happen here. Borg's kick was smothered. Zanker lays the tackle. Umpire says mine. Brent Sternberg joining us this morning just with a little bit of a first look at the women's football for the season. Well, not for you. You've actually called a game, haven't you, Brent?
I have. Haven't seen Casey, though. They've looked all right, haven't they, so far in this one?
When they get their opportunities, they're taking them. But the kick inside 50 has been beautifully chopped off there by... that was Plain, who turns around and runs away from half-back. Sends the kick out wide towards the wing. Good, Mark Hammonds. Plays on inboard, chips it to the middle of the ground. It'll be taken easily by Brown, who just got a clear run at it and then kicked it straight to the full-back, who drops the chest mark, and that creates a problem. Milford, can she get a kick away? Trudgeon, brilliant tackle. Got the ball and all, took it off her. Then couldn't get it. Couldn't hold her feet to get a kick away, and eventually it goes away for a throw in.
They've been in Clint. They've been in pretty good form as well, Casey. Of course, 4 wins on the bounce. Were 3-3 come round 6, and then 4 wins in a row. Have seen them into the top 6. But the Blues are playing them tough, and this would be a mighty, mighty win for the Blue Baggers if they can roll on over the top here of the Demons, Clint.
Yeah, their hard work and their running and their pressure has looked really good for Carlton, and that's what's got them back into this game and kept them right in this quarter.
They desperately needed to keep their season alive, Carlton. Currently sitting 2 games and percentage outside the top 6. Casey 2 games and percentage inside. So there's a fair difference on the ladder, but certainly not in general play. As it's picked up here by Sheriff, who was caught straight away. Taken from her by Chaplin. Kick out towards half-back. Chance for Madden. Picked it up and then got dumped by Birch. You don't get away from a Libby Birch tackle without a few bumps and bruises.
And that's not to say that Casey haven't been hard at it either, but there's definitely the difference between the two sides. Casey have got that touch better skill and effectiveness and that sort of thing, but the hard work and the work rate is what's keeping Carlton right in this game.
And they haven't given away a score yet in this third quarter with the win for Casey, as Borg got a kick back to half-back. Kendall making her mark on the ground for the first time. Got it to Winbank. Snap around the corner. Will it bounce inside the line? It does. And goes out of play again about 30 metres around from the Casey Demons goal.
The only 2 inside 50s up at this end of the ground, but they're doing well, as you said at the moment, just to not let Casey convert all this forward pressure into goals. But you can see it coming, so it's going to be very hard to keep them out totally in this quarter.
Just back on the context of this game, remember, it's only a short season of VFL women's footy. Round 11 this week, only 3 more rounds or 3 games left for each team after this. So Carlton go down today. They're probably cooked.
It's definitely, they're probably in trouble anyway, but if they lose, they're definitely gone. But Luke O'Shannessy would be delighted with what's happened since quarter time, as the Demons still push. Sheriff tumbles a kick towards the pocket. Getting there first was Milford. She just cannot get a handle on the ball, Imogen Milford. remembering, as I mentioned earlier, Brent kicked 6 goals in a game about a month ago, but she just cannot handle the football today.
She was similar last week against Williamstown as well. I mean, she had an almost sort of game, just run under the ball a little bit. Ball didn't bounce her way. Sometimes as key forwards you have those nights and afternoons, and it's frustrating. Looks like she's having another one here today, unfortunately for Imogen.
Of course, the Demons kept Williamstown scoreless last week, the first time in VFLW that has happened. It was 5 quarters in a row at quarter time here when Carlton didn't score, but since then the Blues have pretty well dominated the game. And now the footy is in the hands of Brooke Walker on the defensive side of centre wing on the broadcast side of Casey Fields. In front of the old canteen. Kick goes up towards the wing, but it'll be chopped off by Sheriff. Those 2 goals from outside 50 in the first quarter were huge. Lovely pass. Milford gets her hands onto this one. Runs around, but kicks out to open space. She has to run onto it again. She's got Charlotte Wilson's going to get there at the same time. 3 to beat for Milford, and she did well. She slapped it back nicely to the skipper in Johnson. Kicks around the corner. The wind picked that up and put it out on the full in front of Harris Imiuk.
Did really well, as you said. She ended up being 3-on-1, but ended up tapping it out to the next Casey player that was coming in support, but unfortunately couldn't get any accuracy on the kick into the forward 50.
Build with the kick back into play for the Blues. Brought it out to half-back. Birch caught as soon as she gathered the loose ball. And it's a ball up 55 out from Casey's goal. No score still in this third quarter after 10.5 minutes. Carlton would love it.
Yep.
What a gun Libby Birch is. It's sometimes hard to tell where she's actually playing because wherever the football is, she is half the time.
Just a star. And as I said, one of the best tacklers in the competition too. She just gives you nothing. Pretty sure, you might correct me, she did play in that Western Bulldogs AFLW Premiership. I'm certain of it. We might have to go and check that up. As we see a mark taken in the centre of the ground for Carlton. And that looks like it is Amber McAuliffe, who kicks towards half forward. Another opportunity for Carlton against the wind. It'll be wrapped up here, 53 metres out from Carlton's goal. We'll have a ball up again. If they pinch one without conceding, you'd think they nearly win the game, don't you?
And certainly put them in the box seat, that's for sure. You think Casey would still back themselves to try and work it out. They'll never count themselves out of the game, but would definitely put Carlton in the box seat.
Borg was taken by McDonald to McNamara, who kicked it out wide towards the flank. Trickling ball. It'll be taken by Harris Imiuk. Her kick was smothered, and it's over the line. 3-5-23 Casey Demons, 3-3-21 Carlton. 12 minutes gone in the third quarter. Of course, they play 20 minutes flat in the VFLW competition, no time on, which obviously with a lot less football being played contributes to the lower scores as well. Taken by Borg, or she tapped it down under no contest. Pack converges over the football underneath the scoreboard. It'll be flicked out the back, went through the legs there of Chaplin. Borg's little kick. McDonald gathers, ran through traffic and bombed it towards half forward. How will this ball bounce? Will it get inside 50 before it goes to the line? In fact, it won't go to the line. Milford did a good job, kept it in play. Trying to flick it out of there was Parry, can't do so. Fitzsimon was caught, and it's over for a throw-in.
And you were correct, Libby Birch did play in that 2018 grand final for the Bulldogs and named among the best players on the day as well.
Thought she did. Thank you very much, Clint. Brent was looking as well, probably came up with the answer at exactly the same time.
I just got in first.
Got to be quick. Quick hand pass came in. Great work. We'll get to that shortly as the Blues try to break the ball clear. Came out a defensive 50, but Kendall is underneath it. And will take the mark 55 metres out from goal. Kendall drives it in towards full forward, front spot. No marker taken there by Parry. It's worked towards the line, rushed over, but a free kick has been picked out here to Carlton. So no score will count. And the Demons remain scoreless with the wind in this third term. Short pass was too short. Had to get down on the knees to try and mark that Madden and couldn't do so. And it's a throw in. And Casey with another chance.
Big goal, this next one in the game. They'd love to hold on for as long as they can here, the Blues, and then try and use this end to their advantage in the final term.
They've simply got to kick at least one, if not two, Casey, in this last 6 minutes of the quarter. Charlotte Wilson almost threw it out. Strong tackle laid, or is it in the back? It is in the back. And a free kick to the Demons. And it's going to, I think it's Meg McDonald. It is, and she just sets it up towards the pocket.
Wind got it.
Almost hit Honeybun in the face as it came over the back of the pack. Quick snap out of that traffic came from Casey, and it's through for a behind, the first score of the quarter. And we'll credit that to Imogen Milford.
Is that true when you try and do that little pop-up kick right into the gap in the hole and have someone mark it? Just takes that little gust of wind just to blow it over her head, and is exactly what happened.
And the kick back into play has gone out on the full. So Casey Sheriff has it in the shadows of the new Sports Centre. Goes for goal and slams it into the woodwork. Good effort from there from Sheriff.
It's about the third or fourth one that's hit that exact same post, I think. Or no, one of them was the other post.
Side, yes.
Yep, that's 3 or 4 posters down at that end, which again shows that swirling wind when you're trying to kick it through down there.
Oh, here we go.
Big kick against the wind, and playing in front and taking a good mark is Klingbeil. I think it came from Ali Bild, that kick out of defence. Klingbeil goes up to the wing. Well judged there by Charlotte Wilson, who takes the mark. They're doing well here, the Blues. They trail by 4 points. Casey Demons missing opportunities. They're not actually getting many opportunities thanks to Carlton's defence. McNamara bombs it back inside 50. The numbers are back there for Carlton in Coletti. She gets onto the left boot, sent it back from whence it came. It's going to go out untouched, and it'll be a free kick outside the 50 arcs to the Demons. And it's going to Grace Matza.
That was a lovely barrel a few moments ago. We won't carry on like one commentator did last night when he saw a barrel, but it was a massive kick.
It's like we've never seen them before, is it? As it's taken away by Gearin for Carlton. Kick off the outside of the boot will go out of bounds on the full.
So I'd go as far as say that one's probably even better. It wasn't quite the distance, but it was into the wind as well, sort of thing. That was made that kick so much more impressive too.
Didn't quite have the spin, but it certainly had the effectiveness. As the kick around the corner from Harrisimiuk, or Fairchild, I think it was. Mark was taken for the Blues. And it was Daisy Walker, I should say, who brought it back out of defence. Just the 2 behinds they've conceded, Carlton, in this quarter. They've only got to hang on for another 3 minutes.
And they've shown that, look, if you work hard, you can hold the team up into with their going with this win. So Casey know that they can shut Carlton down as well, but you've got to be perfect. It takes that one slip up to get a goal or two quickly through when you are kicking with the wind. But they've shown it is possible.
McNamara sharked the Wilson tap. Unable to pick it up there was Johnson.
Here they go.
Then pass through. This is Madden who got it across. Open spaces. There's no one there to kick it to for McAvoy, and she has to run after it again. It was Hammonds. Losing possession of the football. The Demons with the numbers back. Now they have to go in the other direction. They've opened it up potentially here. Good Casey. Kick back to the wing. Oh, good juggling mark for Milford. Managed to hang on.
Spot her up too. You get it to her. She did really good to look up and spot her and get it to her.
Swings onto the right boot, kicks towards the danger spot. 35 out from goal. Carlton with the numbers. Handball back from Honeybun, who was then pushed over. And it will come back for a free kick to the Blues. It's a downfield free kick, about 3 metres sideways and 1 metre forward.
That last foray forward for the Blues, that's what happens when you get stuck up one end of the ground. They just didn't have anyone to kick to.
But that's also the fact that they haven't got anyone there is why they've kept Casey scoreless, because they've got the numbers back to shut it down. So that's the price you pay, but it's been effective. I think not conceding goals in this quarter is more important than trying to get that one away against it.
McAvoy to Lawrence, who then turned it over to Fitzsimon, kicks to half forward. Ball just got past Brooke Walker. They have to score here, Casey. Loose ball, tight ball up.
Minute 20 left. Yeah, Casey will be really desperate to try and sneak one here just to not feel like they've totally wasted this quarter.
The Kicked 3 in the first quarter and haven't really looked like kicking one since. It's been great work from Carlton. We'll have a ball up again at the top of the centre square as the rain starts to fall again. Charlotte Wilson's taken over in the ruck, been impressive. McAvoy's been great all day. And it'll be another ball up. So more time ticks off the clock. 45 seconds remaining when the ball hits the ruck's hands in Charlotte Wilson once more. It came back there to Jones, who tumbled a kick to the middle. Birch is caught. Well, that is holding the ball every day of the week except today, according to the umpire. Zanka gets the hand pass out to Buchan. We'll get back to Clint shortly. Buchan's kick beautifully smothered by Gearan. She hooks it back around the corner. They have to go. Birch left the footy behind and then threw it up, trying to get through Brown. Kendall, handball away. Gurr tries to go through. They're going to avoid any goals being kicked on them here, Carlton. Winbanks throws it, and that will be it. That will be it. A great quarter from Carlton. Stand up and clap if you're here, Blues fans, because you've held Casey goalless into the wind with rain falling, and you're 4 points behind with a gale behind you coming home for the finish. It is three-quarter time here at Casey Fields. The Demons are 3-7-25. A little bit sore. Courtney Jones maybe got picked up a corky there in that last contest. Carlton 3-3-21 at the final break. It is the Demons by 4 points. The Blues have the momentum. Goal scorers for Casey, 2 to Sheriff and 1 to Simmons. For Carlton, 2 to Brookwalker and 1 to Michaela. Clint Westall, Luke O'Shannessy would be absolutely over the moon.
As I was going to make a comment on that corky, there's nothing worse on a wet, cold day like today. Those corkies just seem to sting and hurt that whole lot more when you're dealing with that conditions. Look, I'd be very happy with that. That's the thing when you kick with the wind in the first quarter in games like this. If you don't get that score on the board, it's very hard to then, when you're getting tired late in the game, you've got the defensive effort from Carlton was what kept them in that quarter and kept Casey goalless. It's a lot harder to do that in the last quarter when everyone's getting tired, or it's a lot easier to have the wind with you when you're tired in that last quarter. It's a lot easier to the flip side of that is it's a lot harder to do that running hard and run that goal into the wind in the last quarter. So when you have the wind and in that third quarter, you really need to make sure you take advantage of it, because it's going to be very hard to hold on. It's not impossible. Look, we've seen how good Casey are. They can fight this right out to the end, and you know they're going to fight this right to the end. But you would much rather for sure be in Carlton's position right now.
Agree. Put simply, this game is Carlton's to lose right now.
Yeah, they're in the right position. So if you'd offered them this position at the start of the game to be just 4 points down with the wind in the last quarter, they would be more than happy with that. Look, Casey will never say die. You don't win 4 on the road without being a good side and being able to fight your way back into games, so that they're going to keep coming at them, sort of thing. That's definitely not going to be a thing. The rain now coming too, which could make it interesting. There's going to be a lot more of that sliding ball and that slipping ball, which makes it very hard with the wind to sometimes keep it out. You can work hard and do that defensive effort when you've got in the dry. It's a lot harder in the wet conditions.
And just looking at the body languages in both huddles as we go to hear from our valuable sponsors.
No,
it is. We're not. We're hanging around. It is absolutely freezing out there. Those young ladies are shivering.
Look at the people on the fence in front of us in the crowd have got 2 or 3 or 4 layers of jackets and wet weather stuff up at the moment, trying to keep the rain off. They're sheltering down, trying to keep that wind coming from behind off them as well. Yeah, it's cold, and as I said, there's nothing worse for that corky that Courtney Jones picked up. As I said, they always soar at the best of times, but in cold, wet conditions like this, they just seem to sting that little bit more and hang around that little bit more, don't they?
Oh, no question. The physio and the doctor and the supporters on the Carlton huddle dancing to try and keep warm out there. I am glad that I'm up here.
Same, but no, it'll make this last quarter interesting. As I said, now it's got wet, and as I said, kicking with the wind is one thing. When it's and then also wet and that ball can slide, it makes doing the defensive work like Carlton did in that quarter to keep it down just that little bit more difficult, because you're going to get those ones that slip through and surprise you. When you're trying to mark it in the dry with the wind like Casey were, sort of thing, that's when your defensive efforts to run and to get to position can work. When it's sliding through in the wet conditions, there's that little bit more X factor, which makes that little bit harder. So the conditions definitely coming into Carlton's favour at this point.
Casey's probably going to have to keep a player forward of the ball, aren't they? So they've got a target.
That's it. That was the difference there. Is that when Carlton worked it hard, when they did get those one or two opportunities, they had no one to kick to up forward. In this condition, when they have to score, Casey, you think if they're going to hold on from here, they're going to need that goal into the wind. They might keep them to one if they work really hard, but there's always that one that's going to sneak through. So you think they're going to need at least one into the wind, which means keeping that one out, which doesn't give you that full defensive pressure that Carlton had in that quarter. And that's the price you've got to pay and that balance you've got to pay, and that makes it really difficult.
Well, we know which way the wind is blowing at Trevor Barker Beach Oval.
Right.
Because Geelong have kicked 4 goals in the last 7 minutes of the game to overrun the Southern Saints and win that by 11 points. From 7 points down to from 13 points down to 11 points up in the last 6.5 minutes. Geelong 6-10-46 have beaten the Southern Saints 5-5-35. I think that consolidates third spot. Where are Geelong on that ladder? I think they're sitting, where are they? They're sitting second. So that consolidates second spot for the Cats, and it keeps that 6th spot alive for clubs like the Western Bulldogs, Hawthorn, North Melbourne or Carlton if they can get the job done here today.
And you talk about the windy out here at Casey Fields. We know Trevor Barker Beach Oval right on the bay down there can get very windy and blustery as well, for sure.
Collingwood 3-2-20 leading Port Melbourne, no score. Williamstown 0-6-6. Darebin 1 straight 6. And Western Bulldogs 2-2-14. Essendon 1 behind. That's a team outside the 6 ahead of a team inside the 6. So things might be tightening up, especially if Carlton can get the job done here today.
They can, Bill.
And the rain is coming in now, and there's no sign of it letting up here in this fourth quarter. It's coming fairly strongly from down at Dramana Way. John G. Rhodes.
Umpire wastes no time getting us underway as the rain drives in at 45-degree angles. When it gets to sideways, you'll know that Casey's not going to score in the last quarter. But if they can find one, you'd think it'll take a lot of beating for the Blues. Caught with the football there was... that looked like McDonald. Carlton trying to break clear. Colvin fed the hand pass back. Hooked around the corner by Buchan. Up towards half forward goes the football. Build. Caught. As soon as she got the ball, ripped out of her hands by McDonald. It'll be a ball up right in front of our broadcast position. Parry, the last player up for Casey. Borg up against Winbanks. Borg with the tap. Zanka not sure which way to go. Eventually handballs it back to Birch in traffic. She never stood a chance. And Steph Lawrence was right on her hammer.
No prize, so the right call on that. But, yeah, as soon as she received the ball, she was being wrapped up in that tackle.
Borg reaches over the top, starting to get her hands on the football, as is Wilson, the other Carlton ruck. Birch caught again in a strong tackle by Daisy Walker this time. And Carlton have managed to work the ball forward by about 25 metres there.
No, but as we said at the three-quarter time, definitely Casey keeping those more players up the field with a few outlets up the field at the moment. So they know they've got to score in this quarter.
Hand pass through. Unable to pick it up was Fitzsimon. Left behind also by Lawrence, who then laid the tackle. Ball spills free. McAvoy, can she get it out of traffic? She does well. Got it to Klingbeil, who kicks to half forward. Lawrence gathers and then left it behind on the second attempt. This was Emma Horn, who just bombed it up in the air. Did it go 15? Umpire would have paid that mark. Taken by Klingbeil, who was caught with the football. And the free kick will go to the Demons, to Megan Fitzsimon.
Yeah, broke through the first tackle and then was grabbed the second time. Didn't take the opportunity in between, so correct call.
Fitzsimon around the wing. Mark was dropped in front of her eyes by Simmons. That creates another opportunity for the Blues. Plain taps it away. Daisy Walker. Under the pump now was Lawrence. Knocked away from her. Plain looked for the free kick. Didn't get it. Simmons kicks in towards the wing. Pressure here on Milford. She beats almost 3 of them. A smother came from Honeybun to knock it down. McAvoy caught by Parry. Just got the ball loose. Working through there was Parry on a second go. Can she get it out? No, it's being held into her. And we'll get a ball up.
Slowly working. They've definitely had a bit more forward pressure. They said they haven't got inside 50 yet, but they've had the ball a bit more forward of centre than we've seen early on, Casey. So they're definitely trying to give themselves the opportunity to get this goal and get themselves in this game.
I think Peter McCoulier would have just been saying to his team at three-quarter time, you saw exactly how Carlton did it.
Yeah.
You repeat it and you win the game because you've got the lead. That's the key point. Hand pass was beautiful from Hammonds to McAvoy to half forward. Very good mark taken by Jones. She looks okay, Courtney Jones, after copping that knock just before three-quarter time. Chips into the pocket. It's a 3-on-1 here for Casey. Almost the mark, however, came to the Blues, but not quite for Brooke Walker. Quick kick out of defence came from McNamara. Trying to run through. There was Zanka. Got back onto the left boot, kicks up towards the wing, unable to mark at the bootlaces. There was Milford. Harrisimiuk's under the pump, got it ripped away from her. Ali Builds caught soon as she gathered the football, and that's a stalemate again.
Just good hard running and hard tackling and pressure by both sides here. It's neither of these sides want to let this game go. They're going to work all the way to that final siren.
Well, it's season on the line stuff, isn't it? Definitely for Carlton. For Casey, if they want to make the top two, they need to be hanging on to win this game. Pressure is on, and it's Sheriff who kicks across to the centre circle. Back with the flight of the ball. McNamara has been very impressive on debut. Swings around onto the right boot, kicks inside 50. Milford's got the sit, doesn't quite get to her. Colvin knocked the footy to ground. Whistle, free kick to the Blues. Holding is the decision.
Yeah, dragged her down without it.
And it was the closest Casey's been to a goal at that end of the ground. The ball is sitting harmlessly about 3 metres out. If I was Carlton, the clock is still ticking here.
Exactly what I was about to say. You notice they're jogging back to get the ball, but there's really no intensity and effort to get the ball and get the ball back. They know any chance to run some time off the clock and take the time, they are doing exactly that. It was very smart play by them there.
I wasn't quite sure because remember they are still behind. They've got to get the lead before they can run the clock.
Yeah, but you don't want to give them too much time. You want to try and sneak that goal, but it's just important to keep the time off the clock as well.
50-50 call on that one. You'd hate them to run out of time having wasted 30 seconds there. The ball up will get in the centre of the ground. Just wait and see if they're charging into an open goal when the siren goes. Ball up at centre wing. Borg knocked it down, then got her own ball back. Great tackle. Brought down by McDonald. Plain tries to work through. Wilson, or it was Jones, I should say, can't get clear. Off the ground goes Brooke Walker. Kicked a couple in the second quarter. Quick kick out of defence. It might come back. Plain again looking for a free kick that isn't there. Gathered by Horn for the Demons. A little kick around the corner now. Is that outside 50? It is. Is it being paid as a throw-in? It is again. They mustn't have been able to decide whose boot it came off. I thought it was clearly off a Casey boot.
I think it might have been because the kick was smothered as well, sort of thing.
Okay, so that would be it.
Yeah, I think if it's a clear disposal, then they pay it. But if it's a smothered kick, I think it's just do the ball in. I think
that was just behind a grandstand pole for me. Yeah. So the ball is inside 50 for Carlton, and Courtney Jones can't get clear. It'll be a ball up, 48 metres out from the Carlton goal. Casey has soaked up 6.5 minutes of this last quarter. Snap around the corner. Gearin from 45 metres out. Now that time wasting works. Great kick from Maddie Gearin, the former Demon. She's put the Blues in front. And Carlton, 4-3-27, leading Casey Demons 3-7-25. Now it's over to you, Demons. What have you got left?
Just beautiful. Just spun out of the pack, got it onto the boot, just inside 50, got it up on the wind and let the wind carry it through. Just a really good, smart kick. She's done some really good work clearing the ball out of the packs and the pressure areas so far in this game. And that one she converted for a much-needed goal.
probably needed someone on the goal line, though.
That's it.
As the goalkeeper.
That's what you saw Carlton do very well when they were keeping Casey quiet in that third quarter, is they always had that person floating across the back there, either on the goal line or across the back. And, yeah, you think you would have had someone on the goal line in that situation.
Remember when we were there, round 1, 2019, Casey played Essendon at Windy Hill and Maddie Guerin kicked those 2 late goals to get them home.
She did, for Casey.
But that's the thing I think we talk about, whether they have someone down the goal line. That's the case. You've got to have the numbers forward to try and score, and that's why you maybe then can't afford to have that person down on the goal line.
Guerin out of the middle again. This is over the back. Hammonds can run onto it. If she kicks it, you'd think it's over. She gets around 1. Snaps on goal. Carlton might be home.
Great goal.
Charlotte Hammonds kicks a ripper, and the Blues all of a sudden lead by 8 points. They're 5-3-33. Casey Demons 3-7-25, and it's all happened in the space of a minute. And who got the clearance?
Yeah.
Oh, the ghost of Maddie Guerin comes back to haunt her from the side. Oh, no.
It wouldn't quite set up for when she was running forward on that ball. It just kept on bouncing away, and it looked like she'd run herself into trouble in that pocket. She dodged around 1, but then got around that second one just to clear up just enough space to get it on the boot and put it through. Great effort from Carlton. As I said, with that rain coming in, that ball just slipped and skidded forward a little bit more, and that was working to Carlton's advantage for sure.
And Charlotte Hammonds is the third Blue today to kick her first VFLW goal.
That's a pretty impressive one to have for your first goal. It was a really good kick.
And it's game number 9 for her as well. And Guerin's goal was her first of the season, would you believe? As a holding the ball decision is paid here against Eden Zanker. And Brie Gurr will get the free kick. She's quite happy to remain tangled up there with Zanker because that takes another 15 seconds off the clock.
Umpire trying to clear the other 2 players out of the mark area, out of the protected area.
This is not good for Casey. They can't get involved in all that sort of little silly stuff.
Kick goes towards half forward. Ball knocked to ground. Demons need a miracle now. There has been no score to the athletic centre end of the ground, and Casey need 2 goals. Guerin with the barrel goes towards half forward. It bounces into traffic, trying to work through there.
Trouble
was Brown. She just got a hand pass away in time. Long bomb out of defence came from Conroy. Guerin again.
Magnificent.
She gets up and goes. Maddie Guerin from 65 kicks towards full forward, looking for Walker. This is Brooke getting back there. Brown's there with her. Brown will see it to the line and over, but that doesn't help Casey.
Well, they need to clamp Maddie Guerin from here on out, or there's no way back into this.
Very easy. Could have given away a free kick there. One of the defenders going back. Really wasn't. She just looked up at the ball at the last minute, which just cleared her away. But, yeah, definitely Carlton in the box seat.
Big game, big moment player is Maddie Guerin.
She's coming to the bench, Maddie Guerin.
Maybe just a quick spell. Just to recharge for the last salvo as McAvoy kicks towards goal. Birch is back there and marks against the behind post. They've got to go, and they've got to go quick, Casey. And they've got to go into the teeth of the wind and the teeth of the rain. Short pass from Birch. It's with Sheriff, who sends it long towards half-back. They haven't looked like kicking a goal since the first quarter, the Demons. That adds to the trouble for them.
They haven't looked like it, but we know they're good enough to catch you on the break here. And so Carlton don't want to switch off. If they switch off and don't keep this pressure on, Casey are good enough to come and run it through into this wind and sneak a couple. So they don't look like it, but you know they're good enough to if Carlton don't keep the pressure on.
It's got to be all-out attack for Casey. They've got to be prepared to lose by 4 goals to potentially win the game here.
Yeah.
As another ball up is called for on the edge of the centre square. Carlton in attack.
And that's the case too, isn't it? Casey have now got that spare player down back, but we've got no one forward of the centre circle for them to kick to if they do get it out here. So
they need both.
Yeah, it's very hard to get both, though, isn't it?
When there's only 16 on the ground. As it's picked up by Plain, who's been very good all day. Chaplin kicked it into the middle of Plain's back. Gathered for the Blues now. That was Trudgeon. Couldn't get clear. Another ball up results.
8 minutes to go now. You said, Maddie Guerin, as you said, she's been on the bench. I think she's just stood up now getting ready to come back on when there is the next break in play. She's had a couple of minutes of rest and ready to fire up for the last few minutes.
We see the gun players do that, don't they? Yeah. Sometimes they come off with about 5 minutes to go and come on for one last burst.
Dropping the football is a free kick to Casey. It's going to Zanker. She's having to hold onto the football because there's nothing to kick to, and eventually she decides to run away and go into the centre of the ground. It'll hold up in the wind. Knocked away from Madden. Oh, Kendall run down from behind. Just got a hand pass away in time, but it is a turnover, and there's a blue on her own.
Nice.
And the mark is taken by Jones. 46 metres out.
She obviously knows she's got no over the distance. Oh, free player in the pocket.
Oh, easy lead. The Casey defence fell asleep. And an uncontested mark on the lead taken by Brooke Walker. And she can put the final nail in the coffin. She is 35 metres out from goal on a tight angle. It'll take a very good kick from here. She's got to at least use up the whole 30 seconds, which she's doing. Swings around, kicks towards goal. Oh, we are the Navy Blues. They are the Navy Blues.
He's jumping on. He's on the blue bandwagon, is Jonty.
The White Blues have won this game in fine style out here at Casey Fields. Not many teams come out here and win. Carlton has come with the season on the line, and they are touching Casey Demons up right now.
And a well-deserved win. As I said, yeah, Casey got those 3 goals early, looked in control in that first quarter, and then it's been all Carlton since then, isn't it? Just their work rate, their effort, their intensity, and they've just been that little bit cleaner, isn't it? We keep on talking up the Casey skills and how good they are to be where they are on the ladder, but it's the Blues have just looked that much better with the ball and have used it and been effective.
Well, it was Eden Zanker who brought the ball into the corridor. They had to do that, Casey. It was last roll of the dice and it didn't come off, and here come the Blues again out of the middle.
And it was Guerin. Got it across to Wilson, who kicks inside 50. It's another mark. Terrific grab taken by Jones. 45 metres out from goal, and she can line up to make it 4 in this last quarter. It's all one-way traffic. They've finally broken the Demons' resolve. They've been fantastic since quarter time, Carlton. And with the Southern Saints going down, their season is still alive.
It's what you said, isn't it? Casey had to take the game on to try and win it, and when you're doing that, sometimes it can go the other way and you can get blown out. They had to do it, and Carlton are reaping the rewards now.
Jones' kick goes right to the line. It's a mark. It's a mark on the goal line. Terrific work from Carlton. And it is Steph Lawrence who will go back and kick another one for Carlton in the shadows of full time.
They'll be disappointed with that, Casey. They didn't kill that footy.
Lawrence comes in and kicks another one. She's got her first. Carlton dominant now. They're 7-3-45. Casey Demons 3-7-25. 5 minutes remaining. This could get really ugly for Casey's percentage.
What a win for the Blues. What a win this is, to breathe life, a little bit of life anyway, late into the season. We said before they had to win this game, Carlton. They've come out to one of the most difficult places to win, and they've done it.
And not only are they winning, they're now recovering some crucial percentage. They came into this game with a percentage of 61, so they're never really going to catch up that much, but they can make a difference against the other teams that are around them on the percentage, so that if they can win enough games, they might get in front. Ball up, 20 points the lead for Carlton. Winbanks with the tap. Guerin tries to go through again. Couldn't pick it up cleanly that time. Eventually it was McAvoy who tumbled a kick forward. Inside 50 it goes. They might get another one here. Jones on the outside of the boot goes towards full forward. Ball knocked to ground by McDonald and Brown. Trying to pick it up was Birch. Caught straight away there by Charlotte Wilson. The umpire says my ball, top of the goal square. Carlton in attack and pressing for another one.
And you talked about getting themselves back in the season. They've got Geelong next week, which is very hard, the second on the ladder. So if they can get that one up, they've got Williamstown the week after, a chance to win that, and then it comes to a game against the Southern Saints who they could be fighting for that 6th spot.
High tackle will be another free kick for Carlton, and Olivia Madden will kick for goal from 15 metres out directly in front to make it 5 for the quarter.
This is a famous name for the Blue Baggers, kicking a late goal, Jonty.
Yeah, just 1-4 on the back short, isn't she? Olivia Madden kicks from 20 and doesn't... Does she make... she did make the distance. I tell you what, it wouldn't have wanted to be 1 metre further out. She cleared the fingertips by about half an inch. And Carlton have 5 in a row. They're 8-3-51. In fact, they've got 8 in a row, to be fair, because Casey kicked the first 3, did they not, in that first quarter?
3 goals to nothing at quarter time.
8-3-51 Blues, 3-7-25 Demons. It is 8-3 to 2 points since quarter time.
Yep.
Well, for as good as they have been in this final quarter, Carlton, man, Casey and the coaching staff will be really disappointed with a couple of those late efforts deep in defence. That mark that allowed, the poor effort that allowed the Steph Lawrence mark, and then that effort there where no one was able to get a hand on the ball, didn't go any higher than 2 metres. Really disappointing.
Out of the centre goes Borg with the tap. Caught Meg McDonald. Can't get clear. Borg gets in there with strength. Birch tries to beat her for the footy. Can't do so. Pack converges on the footy, and it's a ball up next to the centre circle.
Happens on days like today, though, doesn't it? So it's bad enough on any game where it's hard and you're tiring towards the end, but on a cold day and when the game's gone, it's very easy to just switch off and let it go.
Kieran, once more.
The ghost.
Inside 50, and, is that a mark?
Yep.
Yes, it is. Could have went either way, but it's been paid to Charlotte Wilson.
I think she had the first clear grab on it, and then the Casey player took it out of her hands after that sort of thing. So, yeah, right call, good mark.
Yeah, don't mind it. Wilson from 48 metres out directly in front. It will land in the goal square. This time.
That's better.
This time they're back, and Brown takes the mark in front. She'll run away towards the broadcast side, bring it out wide, looking for Harrisimiuk, just over her head, gathered by Borg. She just got a kick away. Offline, loose footy, kick off the ground from Brown as she was, there's a kicking in danger. I didn't see any hands down there. Very interesting. Not happy with the decision, Fitzsimon, but the free kick goes to Mauve Chaplin, the debutante for Carlton. She'll remember this. Kicks towards the forward pocket. It goes over the head of McAuliffe, and it will be a boundary umpire's ball 45 metres out from Carlton's goal. The last minute of what is going to be a famous victory for Carlton. They would be absolutely delighted with this. It'll take them to 4-7 for the season.
What a win.
Back within a game of the top 6. Breaking through the middle there with Sheriff. Kicked a couple of great long-range goals in the first quarter. It looked like it was going to be all Casey at that stage. As we see Winbanks pick it up and get tackled immediately. And the umpire calls for a ball up. Maybe time for one last one here for Carlton. They need a tap, a kick and a mark. They got the tap. They didn't get the quick kick. They might now. Hand pass through. Snap around the corner from Lawrence. Will land in the goal square. Will land in the square. Almost the mark. Madden, can she get a kick away? She can't. Drops the ball. Siren goes. Carlton celebrate.
Wow.
Fantastic effort from the Blues. Carlton fans, you should be delighted, as the girls are. Carlton 8-3-51. Casey Demons 3-7-25. Enjoy this, Blues fans. So Carlton didn't score in the first quarter, found themselves 23 points down at the first break after a dominant quarter with the win from the Demons. But after that, it was all Carlton. They kicked 3-0 in the second quarter to get back within a couple at halftime. They held the Casey Demons to just 2 behinds on their second term with the wind in that third quarter. And then they held off for about 10 minutes, Casey. But once the floodgates opened, it was 5 quick goals and a 26-point win to the Blues.
We'll fade that out there, Jonty. The girls will be off celebrating tonight down Lygon Street. They'll be having some cappuccinos, maybe a bit of lasagna.
Bit of pizza. There's a terrific pizza joint down there.
Lots of pizzerias down there.
Yeah, we might
something for everyone.
We might have to get them on board, sponsoring Casey Radio, so that I can head down to have a pizza after the game on my way home there.
Well, that was a good game of football. You know, Carlton didn't start off well. They were 0-0 in the first. Casey had 3-2, so they had a bit of a jump, or 3-5 actually.
3-5, yep.
They had a bit of a jump on them there in the first quarter, but to come back to a result like that is tremendous effort.
It's great work for Carlton. As we said, Clint Westall, they go to 4-7. The Southern Saints led all day against Geelong, but were overrun, and they stay on 5-6. So they're back within a win, a hefty percentage as well, but they're back within a win of the top 6, and they've got a chance with 3 games to go, Carlton.
You do. You think they really would like to sneak that one against Geelong. I think Geelong looking good after winning that game, sticking second on the ladder. That's going to be very hard from next week. But if they can sneak that one, they get Williamstown the week after, which you would have Carlton favourites to win. Williamstown is struggling a little bit at the moment. And then it comes down to that last game against the Saints. That could be the game. It could be a 6th and 7th spot playing against each other to go through the way things, especially if they get that one, even if they don't get that one against Geelong, but if they get that one against Geelong, it definitely could be shaping up to that way. Obviously, depending on what the Saints do in those 2 weeks in between. If they drop games they shouldn't, we'll see. I'm not sure who they've got. If you're looking at that,
they've got Footscray and North Melbourne, who are Western Bulldogs and North Melbourne, who are the other 2 teams who are fighting for 6th spot. So it's all in Southern Saints' hands.
Yeah, if they can win all those, but if they struggle against those 2, yeah, Carlton could be charging in for a late spot in that 6. They've shown they've got the work rate and the effort and that sort of thing. They look good at times, but Matty Gearan in the middle for them was absolutely out.